There's a little spot that's light. Just make sure that it's over there for a good 5 seconds or so.
Hello and welcome to Turning Stone. We're in Verona, New York for the Poker Night in America cash game. $25.50 of the stakes. Buying anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000. I'm David Tuckman, and we will be here all afternoon and all evening watching these absolute superstars play some poker. Some big names at the table. We'll go through the list in just a second.
Rich.
As the players deal for the button. Seat number one, we got Richard Anthony, who was bought in for $20,000. Dominic Cristiano qualified on 888 via a $300 tournament.
Who's the most successful poker player worked for you
That
now,
parlayed him. That turned into a $6,000 package, which got him here. He's got $5,000 behind. Let's see what he can parlay that into. He plays on 888 in New Jersey. Tom Canuli in for $20,000. That's the November 9er, currently 6th in chips in the November 9 with approximately 12 million chips. Matt Glantz in seat number 5. Travell Thomas in seat number 6, making a return visit to Poker Night in America. Quite the character. Joe McKeon, also a November 9er, and not just any November 9er, as he is in the driver's seat at the World Series of Poker main event. He has an overwhelming chip lead as we head to November. Shaun Deeb next to him, and Bart Hansen in seat number 9. So we're 8-handed right now. I believe Alec Torelli will be joining us very shortly. Alec, of course, did commentary with me yesterday, plays some of the biggest cash games in the world.
He doesn't want to lose lose as much as he should lose.
And we'll see how he plays here. McKeon raises, and right out of the gate, Shaun Deeb, 3 bets.
Getting it in is good for the show. 350. If I bought it for 20, I'd play a lot tighter. This way I can gamble. Did you just open?
Welcome to the Poker Night in America cash game broadcast. I'm David Tuckman. If you have any questions for us, you can tweet me at Tuck on Sports. I'd like to keep the show as interactive as possible. You can also chat in the Poker Night TV Twitch chat room. Back over to McKeon, very first hand, right out of the gate.
If Tommy comes in the spot,
The blinds are $25.50 with an optional $100 straddle under the gun, and that has been done most of the day.
Bro, I'm going crazy. I don't see anything but your face.
About smarter than me. Maybe it's trying to. It looks like it. Are these turning stone chips? I look. Okay.
McKeon with the 4-bet, and McKeon takes that down. If you see kind of orange-green chips, those are $25. Black chips are $100. Purple chips are $500. And I believe kind of the yellowish chips, yellow, bright ones, those are $1,000 each.
And I gave him the speech and everything because I wanted him to fold. So I misplayed that hand 7 times yesterday.
See, when you open that, when you press this thing here, the whole menu and stuff opens. But with yours, it doesn't. I think it might be because of the.
Again, if you have any questions, you want to say hi, you can tweet me at Tuck on Sports.
I'm already stuck 100. It's unbearable.
I wish I was stuck 100.
That's you, by the way.
Oh
my God! You just
There's a look at Richard Anthony in seat number 1. Anthony bought in for $20,000. Canuli,
I'm trying to get some lessons from my man Barry here in this site.
wearing the black hoodie with ace-jack, makes the call.
175.
Joe McKeon wearing the Philadelphia Flyers shirt, and they see a flop of ace-8-5, all clubs out there. Both McKeon and Canuli with top pair.
25-50, 1-2.
Anthony's got a pair and a flush draw.
It wasn't the same.
He's not going to stay in.
Yeah, I was like, how do you lose $100 pot?
I'm not stuck with Sean.
Because it wasn't a quad straddle.
I'm stuck 150, but not stuck with Sean yet.
I played better than you. I think you had 3 bets a hand I was dealt.
Yeah. Five, 6 above.
2-7 of spades.
2-7.
Board pairs. Canuli in control here.
2-7 going rough.
But they are going to chop this up. Both players with 5s full of aces. If it goes to showdown. And I imagine it will now.
No. I don't think you'd ever add to strategy of poker.
I'm not going to give a strategy. You're going to do a strategy. You're going to have my face.
His looks and your skills.
My looks and your skills. We're going to make a lot of money.
Formula.
Go to followabet.com.
Followabet.com.
Followabet.com. I'm going to put Shaun in there too. I'm giving some t-shirts. Bro,
You sure they have my size?
Bro, I'm a mastermind businessman, seriously. follow a bet.
Follow-up-bet.com.
Oh, follow up.
Instead of saying continuation bet, I made up a new term. It's follow-up bet.
And then you park the URL.
And I patent
Learn how to be in the video. Winning poker strategy.
Suck out number 1.
Learn how to dress like a pro.
Oh, who won the first spot? You won the first spot.
Oh, no. It's 5.
Or no,
No,
Good try,
C5.
Matt.
Good try, Matt.
No,
Good try.
What was the first hand?
There was no
First
flop.
no flop.
You,
That was the first flop.
what did I try to cheat?
What is this?
It's like, who won the first spot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean, seriously, we're gonna make
flop?
some. We're gonna make some money.
Dealer,
We're
we're
talking
No,
about
we
this.
explained it.
Based on, oh, you
Doubt it.
So I have to pay this now.
I don't think there's any money in those things anymore.
Seriously, some money.
No offense. You can have the market.
There's money. I mean, in what I do, I think it's a niche, but pretty much everything else.
How's
How
it
do
you
you
change
charge?
every hand?
How
How
do
bad do I
It's a
run?
subscription, but I mean, I do.
Sean Deeb wearing his Ted's fish fry shirt. That's kind of actually his family business. And they got like 6 locations in upstate New York.
See if I can shut you guys out today. I'm the only one that can do that.
The plan was for me to go there this summer. Turns out it was a little bit further away from where I was staying than I thought. And we could never get it together, but at some point I will definitely hit that place.
Black.
It's black.
If it's a black card, then you kind of know.
Play some open face with Deeb.
Yeah, of course.
Drink some beers. It'll be a good day.
You said you knew the suit. That matters. When a bunch of hearts comes out there, you know I don't have a flush. You know, it's not fair to me.
Dude,
I
what
told
is
that.
he doing?
Thank you. Thank you.
Worse
I
and
know
worse.
what it is, dude.
I haven't
Oh
talked. I've talked to him like once in the last like 3 weeks.
Exactly. Nice to be the house.
Yeah, he doesn't
I'm
know
not
to
gonna
listen
play any
anymore.
combo with those 3 cards.
So, Rich, are you rich?
It doesn't matter.
Are you rich?
Once again, welcome to the Poker Night in America cash game. I'm David Tuckman. We're playing 25, 50, 100.
I don't.
No limit hold'em. The 100 is an optional straddle, but seems to be in play for the most part.
I know everyone.
You can buy in anywhere from 5,000
I
to
think everyone's made
20,000.
mistakes. I think everyone's
And in fact, at this
doing the
particular
wrong thing.
table,
I think everyone messed up.
Sean, you're really smart. I don't know why you would do something else outside of poker.
I
I've been listening to
I
you
do
talking
play
about
we have
myself
$109,000 on the table.
You were talking
So
to
Deeb in
Sean.
the straddle. Anthony raises to 350
Okay, well, we'll give you
with
money.
ace queen. Canuli with 9s, expecting the call, and he does make the call. Canuli once again, one of the November Niners, already guaranteed himself $1 million as he heads back to Vegas in November for the World Series.
Man, Richard getting out of hand now.
Yeah, you got it.
It's customary to try to win 2 in a row.
This table much different than yesterday, especially when Torelli sits down. King, queen, queen, trips for Anthony.
I have 8,000 on me. So
I got 5 too. If you, I got cash too. If you
And he
want
goes
that.
check, check.
I'll buy 13K then, because I have 5 and I was gonna buy 50. Thanks, guys.
I think I lost 1,000.
You have 7K?
Let me see.
What's your name, buddy?
Alec.
Nice to meet you. T.
Yeah,
Mice.
oh, there you go.
T-Mice,
Look at that.
Hello. Nice meeting you.
I like that shirt.
Thank you.
Anthony bets
I wish you buttoned up one of
375
the shirts, so I wanna
into
see
a
it.
pot of about $900.
No, Sean doesn't mind.
Seriously, look at what he's wearing, and you're gonna let him give you shit.
Alec Torelli sitting down in seat number 3 with $13,000.
Yeah, but if I had his physique, I could do that too.
Thank you.
I
Smart
just
guy.
got mine.
Smart guy. If Sean had my physique, he would pay $1 million for it.
And it looks like Canuli's going to raise this.
Now if it came with your personality.
Kind of an interesting play.
Glad someone called me out. That's nice.
No, he just called. I thought for a second he raised, which just didn't really make a ton of sense. I mean, if you're raising with 9s, you're raising with 9s to specifically get jacks and 10s to fold.
Call.
So after checking the flop, Anthony bets 375 and now bets 1,400.
It's not hard. Even I'm gonna get good jokes into this.
Joe
Unlikely, Joe.
Not really consistent with a bluff line.
Joe the Joker.
I mean, if Anthony was going to bluff at this, let's say he had ace-10 or ace-jack, wouldn't he probably bet the flop?
We should really have the counties in the defense.
Yeah, sure. No,
You can wear this shirt on the final play.
I can't pull it off the way you make it sound like it.
Look, he already has it pre-ripped, so he can Hulk Hogan it. Look at that.
Oh, if I
He's
get
on
bad-
TV with a ripped shirt.
If I get bad beat, it's coming off.
It's already.
And Canuli susses that one out and lets it go.
I just realized.
But yeah, we get rid of
You gotta see
Samantha
how, like,
Abernathy,
literally
we get
it's
rid of
so little over
Dentali,
It matches it matches
we got rid of Siegel, and in their place, we added Alec Torelli, Bart Hansen.
I got him at Money House.
No slight against those players, but I do think the lineup today is significantly tougher than it was yesterday. We'll see how it plays out, though.
I got to put my other shirt on. Rich, you controlling the table.
Just running it
Yeah,
over.
I bought in for 13.
Running it over to you.
Running the
I
table.
need to get it for you because you could just give me
Is that watch a phone?
all the money now and I could just keep
It
it on
is
me.
not.
Yeah.
I want to thank our sponsors, 888 Poker. They got that man in here, Dominic Cristiano, courtesy of a $300 tournament that he won on 888 New Jersey.
Okay,
He was
then
able
you
to
want one-
parlay
yeah,
that
Yeah, that's fine. I could just keep it around.
into this appearance.
I get-
He's in for $5,000.
He has to introduce himself.
And whatever he wins, he gets to
Say a little
keep.
bit about yourself and what
So we'll
you
see how it plays out.
like.
Another straddle pot, and the straddle is on.
Spot, huh?
You put us all on the spot earlier. It's only fair.
Torelli raising to 300 with the suited connector.
He gonna act like he playing the
Getting right in there.
Definitely play.
Canuli
Doesn't
calls.
take many hands off.
That's going to bring in Thomas.
Where you from? That matters.
I'm from Orange County, California, but I don't live there much.
Hanson not going to call that.
Oh, I have to-
And we'll see this one three ways.
Yeah, use the spot. Camera too, obviously.
You already flipped them up with the camera?
Yeah. I put,
He
first
did
I-
actually look
first
at
I
them.
show the camera and then I put him here.
I'm sure you saw yesterday. when
Interesting flop.
only one
Thomas
card was shown
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
there was a
screen.
lot
with the
of
gut
like-
shot
Yes, you gotta
to the king high
It was
straight.
funny when people were still, like,
That's not
drawing
why it's
dead.
interesting. Obviously, Canuli with top pair with a king kicker. Torelli, the pre-flop razor, flops a flush
No
draw.
matter what the card was, they were just drawing dead, betting around. It's pretty
You're out?
funny.
I beat you.
You're not out.
You can buy in anywhere from 5,000 to 20,000.
You know, like there was a big bubble with our side bet. You don't have very good equity there. How'd you get down to 12 blinds?
5,000 is a
Hold it
super
alone.
short buy-in, actually. When you're playing 25, 50, 100, you're talking about basically 50 big blinds.
You probably would have had better equity than the way equity ended up getting anyway.
Turns the 9 of clubs.
Good point. That's probably why he might win.
Torelli turns a straight draw, but it's no good because if the 10 were to come, it would give Canuli a higher straight draw, a higher straight. Canuli, by the way, along with top pair, now has a flush draw. And you can see that he's an 80% favorite. The percentages next to the players' names.
I'm buried like 200. We just started.
What?
Did you hang out with in the hotel room with your kid?
Last night?
Yeah.
Well, I just put on the movie. I thought he was gonna play, and then
Okay.
just like put on the movie and just like lay down and went to sleep. It was great.
I want to thank
He was
DraftKings,
awake for like 5 minutes.
Giants, Sunflowers, and Crush Live
He
Poker for
barely goes to
sponsoring
sleep
this,
without,
as well as 888.
How old is he?
15 months.
Oh, that's not here.
Torelli checks.
You got him on TV yet?
No.
That's unfortunate.
Check.
Canuli's going to bet, and a quick fold from
We're gonna do
Torelli.
Some, like, thing like what's his name? Curry did. The little interview with him. But,
His daughter's gonna be famous. She's already famous. She's gonna be
Yeah.
really famous. I think he's doing that on purpose. I think he's marketing her.
why wouldn't you?
It's a spot.
He's literally marketing his daughter. It's funny.
Let's see.
And she's great for the TV too.
I guarantee you that made a lot of like casual fans root for the Warriors. So.
Hey, nice to meet you, Richard. Nice to meet you. Pleasure. Dominic. Hey,
That's so
I
nice.
don't think we
man.
were meant before
You're
you
so
did
cool. So
You
nice.
guys didn't play yesterday either.
Just being considered.
Who played the best yesterday?
Be honest. Don't say me, because I'll know you're lying.
I think the first 4 hours, Blesnik.
You actually think he played the best? Wow.
All right, so you're a troll. You fit right in.
For sure.
I mean, come on. Some of the hands
He
were
can
not.
see the cards though. So
I
Saw
know.
all the cards.
I'm sure he ran a lot of bluffs, but
I
man,
think that
the Jack's call was awful.
That was pretty bad.
that was
against
that
me.
was
Oh,
the
that
first
pre-
4
That was
hours.
first 4 hours because I was still on the show.
Or whatever, before like the
The
derail,
meltdown.
I think he played the best. Because he definitely was like the only one that was really
he's mixing it up.
putting people to the test.
You'll notice our sound is a
Yeah,
little
I
bit
don't
off.
say
It's
it.
not synced, but we are
Even though they played
we are rectifying
The rule
that.
is to tell everyone every hand.
Huh?
The rule is that if you see something on the live stream, you have to tell everybody and like be
yeah.
honorable.
I saw a lot of hands yesterday.
Yes, you got to tell us
And now he's
every
playing. Now
single
he's
hand.
playing with everybody. He's stalking.
For somebody like me who has a hearing problem, actually relies on reading lips. It's a nightmare. Hanson with the 4-6, Deeb with King 3.
I didn't watch you guys.
I mean, how can I not? How can
And a quick bet and a quick fold, and the hand moves
Your
on.
hand is so good to give that speech.
Look at who you're
Is
playing.
that what you were saying on the training site? You don't fold in the cash game to a little blind race?
If you're just joining us, welcome to the Poker Night in America cash game. We're in Turning Stone,
Oh, Mike's not-
Verona, New York, playing 25-50 blinds with a $100 straddle. The straddle pretty much on every single hand. And as I say that, Dominic Cristiano decides not to straddle, which is fine.
Just like I got 2 to
Oh, no,
It is optional. Some big names at this table. 2 November Niners, Shaun Deeb, Alec Torelli, Bart Hansen, Matt Glantz.
Okay.
I have watched a number of these Poker Night in America cash games.
Thank you.
This is one of the tougher lineups that I've seen.
You see that weird call that Jared made when I shoved all in for like 1,200, 1,275 or something like that?
There's one of the November Niners, Joe McKeon.
Shoved Jack 9 of hearts
PokerNight.com?
for like 1,275. He just like called on the button or something.
Nah, he was out of it.
What did he have?
10 on off.
He was out of it.
Oh yeah, I saw that hand. I was like, what is going on?
You heard Twitch before?
He made
There
two
were
pair,
some
he made-
pre-flop hands that were like
TWI.
very ambitious.
Twitch.tv.
Absolutely.
That
That hand
was weird.
ambitious.
I don't know. Did they
Alec joined me in the booth yesterday.
Against,
Did a great job offering his analysis and insight.
There was like
And he is letting the players know how the play was yesterday and who he thought was the best player. He actually really, I think he was very impressed with Blesnik early on.
His hands were so
No, he
hard.
is
I was like,
7-3.
there's nobody was convinced it was 7-3.
Blesnik made some big mistakes, though, in big pots.
Yeah.
That was post.
And that was his undoing.
Yeah, that
He
was
lost
the end.
3
I mean,
very
there was like 30
significant
minutes left in
pots.
the night and he was stuck 30-something. Right? He wanted to be stuck 50. He just gave it.
And I think you could make the argument that in all 3 cases, he made a fairly big mistake.
I didn't know like
Cost himself a lot of money.
Pre-flop with me.
Ended up losing about
Like, I
$30,000
kept getting
yesterday.
ace-king in pre.
Yeah, I know. Surprised everybody believed you. I was like, wow, these are great spots.
Yeah, no, trust me, I was thinking the same thing. Like, I 3-bet Jared like 4 times, and I was just like,
It
it's
was
got
like
to not.
open call raise. I was like, Shaun Deeb's 3-betting with any 2, and then he has like ace king.
Yeah.
And then everybody.
I did this. They were in spots. I'm like, man, I'm so wide here, and I was like, so excited to wake up with something.
Use the phone on the table.
Okay,
So it's not
okay.
showing TV.
I'm trying to
That
find a
Ruddick
switch.
hand was super sick too.
When he fold kings for you.
Yeah.
We rabbited.
You know, the
Lance
whole
raised
reason
to
is 'cause the
200.
hand I play
Lance
with
likes to
Bart,
make it
right?
4x. Once again, this is not a
Where
straddled
Bart
pot.
got in with kings in the Potterman Hold'em tournament, and
Oh,
I know
God,
that that's
yeah,
what he was thinking of, like that his range is obvious to me, aces and king. For me to shove, I only have aces.
Uh huh. Yeah, I think.
You did say out loud you thought you could get him off kings.
800.
There's some people you can do, and there's some
Hansen
people
3
you can
bets.
go
We can't
king
see Hansen's cards.
There's some fun hands yesterday for sure. I mean, it's fun watching all of it. You know when people are just like have a plan.
I would like to see.
Your commentary is great.
Thank you.
Really good.
My first time ever.
Deep calls at deuce 4.
I would like to see like a third of the hands I got flattered by Dentale.
Thank you.
Dentale, if I played the pot, Dentale was like 70% in there.
Yeah.
I'd love to see all those hands.
Dentale was 70% in there for a lot of
Website to
people.
look at it on?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
It definitely felt more
And
like.
Blesnik for sure.
Yeah,
Blesnik and
that's
Dentale.
right. Us two for sure. No one else.
Probably be easier, right?
Like the funniest hand was when he started talking about having a straight on the turn, and I sweated his card first, so I knew he had the.
Hansen with ace king.
Or whatever, and, they
So
go
Deeb
on
actually
there,
leads
and
out here after calling a 3-bet.
Starts talking. He's like 4,500.
Hansen
and
calls,
Dentale says
flops
call,
10 high.
And his face is just
Turns
like
to jack
this,
of
staring at
clubs.
him. You win.
Yeah.
It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Pot is $3,475. So the opener was Glantz. Got called in a couple of spots. Hansen 3-bets from the button to 800. Deeb is the only
He's got one endorsement at least.
player who ended
The
up
rest of us
calling
are
at
very
3-bet.
happy He was in the game. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, but the first 3
Did a little
hours, he was-
donk lead on the flop.
Whatever, maybe I was wrong with the timing, but
I don't know. He was doing some weird stuff.
he was
He
definitely.
was
yeah.
mashing,
But
but
before
like
people started figuring it out, and it didn't work as
I
well.
thought Joe played the Bucks
said no
Yeah.
one ever.
when I was in the game.
Said no one ever.
Yeah, I think so too. Like
You
most
guys are being
consistent,
nice.
most consistently all night was you for sure.
I click buttons. I click the buttons.
Deeb's going to continue firing here.
Did one questionable hand, but other than that,
You can see he has very little equity.
I don't want to say.
You can say my holdings. I'll know what happened. Or say who it was against. I'll know who it is.
I'm trying to think which one would reveal less information. You had
Then there's more than one.
6 high.
Oh, against Glance.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he knows.
Okay. I don't know if you guys knew all
Yeah,
of
when I
that.
turned the nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, great peel. You had king high. Good peel.
You had a good read.
Well,
I wasn't going to bluff the turn. I thought,
Hansen
oh,
makes the
turn
call.
was me and never
Neither
handed.
player with a pair, and the pot is nearly $7,000.
I was pretty sure that was Glance's last hand. So
Oh, and the river's a 4.
Oh, that's really
Deeb hits a
fun.
pair
I
of
didn't know that.
4s.
I didn't know that dynamic. See, I missed some of those things in the booth.
it was his last hand.
At this point, you wondered, does he think he has showdown value, or is he going to bluff one more time?
You can see us if you wait. Yeah. Can you see
And the only
us?
hand Deeb can beat specifically is ace-king,
Under the other side?
but he might be thinking that Hansen
Who's up there now?
wouldn't call the turn with ace-king, so he might continue bluffing this. One of those weird spots. Nothing tilts me more
It's not as entertaining.
Yeah. I
than
mean,
making the
well,
correct
that was
read on a
actually
player,
my goal is to
thinking
slow
they were
roll.
bluffing,
Be here
and yet I can't beat their bluff.
Deeb's slow roll against Matt was so that was so genius.
The problem was they've done it so much Matt knew. But the funny part was no one
Well,
else
he
was
obviously
table.
didn't know if he bet an extra 500.
No, I didn't bet an extra 500. He gave me an extra 500.
Deeb hits a pair of 4s on the river.
That you guys
He
bet
has the
on
best
pot.
hand here. The pot is nearly $7,000.
I said 500. I said, but you can win it back. I'll put it in the pot. You can just match it.
Oh, okay.
So I put it with the money I put
I
in.
thought you put your own 500 in the pot.
So I knew he was calling anyway. So I'm like, I'll put an extra 500 in.
Yeah,
Deeb's going to slow roll him.
that's pretty funny.
Goes check on the river. Pair of 4s are good.
But don't worry, I give him the 1,000 back.
I think you win.
Deeb and Hansen, pretty good friends.
How do you calm me down with that hand?
There's a slow roll.
It was gonna be a great bluff catch too when I did it.
You better get used to it.
It's mine.
I'm going to flip it, I think so.
Make sure that you drop there.
I used to play with a guy the other day.
Hansen buys in for an additional $4,000. So he's now in the game for $14,000.
Like you missed or something.
Pretty much the same exact thing he did yesterday. He ended up winning $3,000 yesterday.
Like 5 seconds and then finally
It ended up being
did.
okay because I was over game with these. So.
Awesome
Head
to come when I
shake,
called. It would have been one of the best hands.
Unbelievable.
You called yourself?
Really was.
I was thinking about it.
It was unbelievable.
Like, you can't bluff people like
You
that.
missed and you bet and I called.
Like you said.
If you're just joining us, welcome to the Poker Night in America cash game. I'm David Tuckman. We're here in Turning Stone in Verona, New York.
You still don't know.
There's a lot of cards that's bluffing. You can't win.
You're doing a great job, buddy. Okay? Keep up all the good work. I appreciate it. You can go look at the
Okay,
calendar.
comes around, goes around.
I put a few hands
Did,
already.
tell Nolan how much I reloaded, by the way.
Oh yeah, I put 4,000 back in.
It'll eventually be in my stack. Not long. Keeps calling me down with ace high. Amateur. Wonder why.
Crush Life Poker says Ace King is good in the cash game.
Is that true? Or is he just needling?
Glance raises to 200.
What do you mean?
Gets called in
Like this.
a couple of spots. Action on Cristiano.
I don't think it matters.
This is the 888
That's why I
qualifier.
get one card. People have the cards overlapping if he doesn't read them.
I think he has a PLO background. Once again, he won a $300 tournament on 888.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
You don't expect him to be too light,
Because it's a censor, you know.
but if he understands his image, if the people at the table know that he qualified online for this,
Otherwise, it's different.
he could probably use it. He could use that image. This was not a straddled pot. Two players not straddling right now are Cristiano and Torelli. And I don't think Torelli's ever calling this. I think he's either thinking 4 better fold. And he's going to give that one up. And a nice smile on Dominic's face as he wins that one.
But squeeze, you owned them. You got to show your hand when you win your first pot.
What? I didn't hear about that rule.
Well,
Don't worry, Travell won't show
So
it.
Deeb, Anthony, Canuli all bought in for $20,000.
What was what, my hand?
Is that your game of choice, Omaha?
Oh, yeah, I would enjoy if we played that.
You get out much, buddy?
What's that?
You get out much?
Do I get out much? Out where? What do you
Outside. Like interaction with other humans.
mean?
He talks with nature a lot.
Yeah, I'm more of a nature. More of a nature.
He said he liked long walks
More
on
of
the
the
beach.
spirits and nature type.
No, seriously, how long you been growing that thing, man?
It's actually almost a year. Maybe this week, next week.
Straddle.
That's
Sometime
it?
Mid-August.
That's insane.
Yeah, sometime mid-August last year.
You got a lot of, you got more than me.
What is?
Balls.
I have more.
Hairy balls.
Oh, I do have 3.
Do you? You might. You might have.
Make that squeeze.
Cannuli raising.
Oh,
This is
man.
blind on straddle.
5K stack.
I know, I told them.
Glance
Yeah,
defends.
either way, I did tell them.
Absolutely nothing there for
You are
Cannuli.
free rolling, though. So you might have.
But he's going to put a little continuation bet out there. It's not going to work.
You should have shown. Now I gotta have
Gave away
some
my
more.
secret.
Yeah. But then I would have had.
Well, why do you think I've
7
called you every
ammunition.
time you've opened so far?
If I show like 7.
So you can get, raised me down. Yeah, no, I'm just
I bet you
taking you
this, I
down
bet
with
you
me.
this right here.
Board pairs, and Cannuli is now drawing dead. He'll only win if somehow he can get Matt Glantz to fold.
If we find out you have 7-4 in there, you're gonna get a lot of action. Cover man to the left, he was dying to call you. He doesn't seem like he likes folding.
Oh, he was gonna raise. There's no call there.
Well, you're the only person here that likes holding.
Play for 5K or don't play.
I don't like folding at all.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
true.
no.
The way you play, it's,
Cash game?
yeah, you can't.
I fold in a tournament here and there. Cash game, I really don't
You
like.
can't prove to any of us that you don't like to fold.
Go back and watch some of the shows.
Sure. Rather not see your ugly mug.
Scotty Mofo 111 suggesting that the
This is called the
qualifiers often play fit or fold poker, but maybe use image
Why, right? But it's true.
in spots. And I think that's a great idea, actually.
Straddle.
You know, a lot of the qualifiers might not normally play this big,
I don't believe that.
go half with me.
but I do think there's an opportunity to use your image. At the same time, I think the players at the table might know, okay, this guy's in for one shot. He doesn't have another $5,000 or $10,000 in his pocket,
I want you to build your stack.
and he doesn't want the show to end. He doesn't want the party to
I'd
end
love for you to get
so quickly. So you might be loath to get it in light. And I think that might have been why Chiarelli was actually taking his time with that, with the ace-9.
I'm
The only
I'm
one
gonna
saying
for my
no,
boy
my
right now.
sales
Thinking
have
about
no-
what's the chances that these two are at the final table of the main event and you and me aren't?
We
What was the chances of that coming into
Should Chiarelli even play?
No, you might as well say I didn't play.
Chiarelli and I did broadcast yesterday with the cash game.
So all the best players go out.
I'll be here the rest of today.
was
I
trying to
believe
win
Matt
it,
Glantz and maybe a couple other players might be joining me as they get knocked out of the tournament
Playing with these guys on day
for
5.
commentary. Tomorrow we've got the final table
They're not gonna do nothing with
of the main event here in
What
Turning
you gonna do
Stone,
with the money if you win?
so you can check that out. Scheduled to start at 12, which would mean the live stream would start at
He's got
12:30.
some heads up grudge match.
But you can follow us on Twitter and we'll let you know exactly when.
Ivy with this money.
Nice flop for McKeon, top pair with the king of
I wasn't allowed to
diamonds.
play you heads up one day.
You probably want to bust a few
Years
years
ago.
Gotcha in there.
Dan wouldn't let me join the game.
Hold on, are you gonna follow up that?
When you guys were playing heads up here like 3 years ago,
I checked.
flop.
Go ahead, follow.
I happened to be here like with my grandmother, and I tried to get in the game, and he's like, "I'll quit," and I'm gonna tell the other guy to quit. And he
Oh
tried to join.
yeah, oh yeah, I remember. I remember that. Yeah.
Who's that? I'll show you this.
Yeah, Zach.
Donkey Dan.
Look how good this was. I had it.
If you have any questions for me, you can ask me on Twitter at Tuck on Sports. You can also ask me in the chat
Top pair
room.
with the nut flush draw.
Nah, not really. You know, I just
I
kind
drew
of feel like
bad king 9.
they have what they have.
So happy I just enticed you to get 300.
Obviously, when I come
First hand
back,
you played in
know,
your
it's
life.
like, it's gonna
I'm
sit
sorry,
strong.
really good like
Do you remember this?
king.
see
Ace, ace king, I'm just gonna
When you
flop.
rolled really big.
Nut
Yeah,
flush draw on top.
exactly.
Lucky didn't come king 8-7.
different
Come king 8-7, you might lose some money.
Little T,
They already noticed it when I came
Little T,
back.
what
A
kind of
little
card you
different.
got?
okay.
A little different when he's in for 80.
Little T, what kind of car you got?
I just actually sold my car.
Buying a new
You don't
one?
got a car.
No, not right now.
Bro,
I got my girl's car right
you
now.
just got a
She's
Now you
million
gonna buy
dollars
another
wire
one?
too, you ain't got a car, bro.
Is that your first Yes, purchase? you know what Joe has?
What's up?
Is that your
Joe
first
has
purchase?
like, look how you dress. He probably don't even got a car.
I bought a Prius, so I don't have to worry about buying a car for the next 10 years.
Hold on, you just brought it?
Last year.
Another smart man.
What year?
What?
What year?
2014.
Oh my
That would be last year.
Little T, let me take you car shopping.
So brutal,
What's your
Matt, I know.
style?
I saw BMWs, Mercedes,
Trevelyan, you might get
Porsche.
extra, no?
Yeah, I had an S550.
Actually, have a good can to coffee.
You gotta get a car, bro. You gotta symbolize something for the win.
Oh yeah, no, obviously.
A house.
Houses are the way to go. You disagree, Alex?
Yeah, house is probably smart.
Oh, okay.
Smarter than
You were
I thought.
shaking your head.
No, it's just
I bet Shaun Deeb gets that one down.
Yeah, I know.
A nice house.
For sure.
Timothy Har tweeted me asking what the time delay was on the stream. We're on a 30-minute delay.
I'll seriously help you with that. Yeah, I'm serious.
that's for sure.
Where are you from?
I live in Buffalo. But I own like 30 houses.
I
buy
know,
houses
but I
and
didn't have any
cars.
connected with the multiplier.
I'm actually on the same exact delay as you are as I'm watching the stream and then watching the same exact
But I know how to get them everywhere. So if
image that you are seeing at home.
I was have to call 200 and see the flop though. Especially when Chevelle got in there.
There were some flops that you're going to get stacked on.
I don't even know if Joe.
Agony777 asking, says broadcaster.
No,
It's the same guy who does PokerStars online events. Yes, that is me. I'm David Tuckman.
I won money.
He didn't win money off me. He won money in the game. There's a difference.
That, correct.
He's literally going to be collecting like 1.1.5.
Yeah, yesterday was, actually, today is actually starting out the same way yesterday did. First hour or so, players kind of feeling each other out, nothing kind of crazy. The last 6 hours were insane.
Nothing.
We saw all-ins
I mean,
pre-flop
that'll
with
take your
10-6
wardrobe.
suited.
Smarter than a lot. What
You
most
should
players
put
do.
Trash talking.
You should put like
The chips are
Tommy's
flying.
not going to do
this
that.
pays for Joe's.
I mean, early on, I want to say the big winner or big loser might have been, you know,
Can't come get it now.
might have been up $3,000 or $4,000. There just wasn't a lot of chip movement.
Like 10,000 in wardrobe after you.
But by the end of the day,
Yeah.
Samantha Abernathy left up 16,000. Canuli won about 20,000. Blesnik had lost
I won't
30,000.
allow. You know he agrees.
You think I can? Thank you.
Yeah.
Got an interesting pot developing here. Anthony
And
flops
Joe grows a beard.
the nut flush draw, but he was outflopped by Canuli's King 10.
Can't do that.
Yeah, they get
And Anthony bets 1,200.
no clothes.
It's not messed up.
Joe,
I do need new sneakers.
new sneakers.
Yeah,
Yes.
seriously, you got to see these
What do you
things.
think about the sneakers?
Put the
Can y'all get a
can we
sneakers?
put the sneakers
Please
on
get
the
a
table?
sneakers.
Come on.
Got it. Please
Give me
get a
them. Give me
sneakers.
them.
Can I have them? I'll put them out for you.
Okay, put it on the table. We got to see this shit.
This is his final table attire. And his TV.
This is sweatpants.
Like
Joe
there's
final
there's gonna be a
time.
grease circle from his sneakers.
This is
No,
Joe
come on,
Biden's
put the shoe on the
sneaker
table.
Do that.
You can put the shoe on.
Yeah,
I'll
let's
take it
allow-
off
we
if I
don't-
have
we don't
to.
mind.
No, I'm not gonna do
I'm gonna hold you down a little.
I'm not
bit.
putting
Keep, we got to. You're trying.
Joe, just go like this. Joe. Just go like this.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you borrow this.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, you know.
So nice.
I'm getting molested here. What is going on?
Look at this.
Look at these
That's
things.
$1 million.
Look at them. Look at that bottom.
That's what $1 million.
Oh, my hands are so. Can someone got some wipes or something? Shit.
That's what $1 million. That's what $1 million buys.
Just so you don't feel bad, I'll jump in the party with you.
Blank blank on the turn and river, and Canuli is going to win this.
Joe,
And I brought like a
wow,
bunch
you
of
found a
movie.
brother.
Yo, you guys should hang out.
It's for comfort.
Don't really like this bet by Anthony.
It's like a baseball glove.
I just don't think he.
That I haven't gone out.
I don't know if he ever gets a better hand to fold.
Someone, Joe.
Same though. It's like your interest.
I mean, think about the 6 paired. He's not getting a king to fold. He's not certainly not getting a 6 to fold.
Today because I'm here.
He bet the flop, and look, Canuli's trying to figure this one out.
He's going
You
to
can
provoke.
I might be able to borrow some. Yeah, you can show him our wardrobe. You can pick out a pair.
And with that sizing, it's just never going to get
my
through.
shoes and find
I
a
don't
pair you
think.
Maybe I could just buy my own. Is that allowed?
I think you should have Trevelle buy it for you.
No, seriously. Let me go
He'll
check
pick him
this
out.
They'll be Jordans though.
I can't do that.
Doesn't want to look like the T-Maestro.
Everyone on this table.
We were at the table yesterday. Shaun said,
Yeah,
"What
there's
do
the
I
call.
have to do to be like the T-Maestro?"
I did not say that.
I mean, if you were going to triple barrel
What do I have
this,
to do to get those? He said, "What do I have to do?"
if you were going to triple barrel this and
Much more of a man than you are, so.
Who wins?
try to get your
He has
opponent
a
to
big
fold a
back.
hand better than
Yeah.
ace jack of clubs, I really believe that your river bet had to be much, much, much larger.
Oh, he had been running us over. Richie Rich.
Giving your opponent 6 to
So
1,
you really can't outplay.
Just
a
wasn't
kid
gonna
who
do it.
Got nothing to do with their money. He don't care.
and sure enough, Canuli now up $6,400. So after being the big winner yesterday, Canuli off to a great start today, the November
Go
Niner,
back to that ice cream shop. though.
everything going his way.
No. My dad, when I was 15, he was like, here, come on, son. You got to work a real job, you know. It's like, No more poker.
The sheriff says your live tells are easy to spot when you know the cards, eh?
And,
So true.
One time I wiped the table a little too wet.
One of the biggest challenges of doing commentary, and people ask me all the time, and I say, sometimes it's you really don't want to be results oriented, but it's hard not to be. And you wonder, okay, how much of it is your poker background, and how much of it is the fact that you can just see the cards. But we do our best to not be results oriented. We got a raise here from Anthony, who just lost that last pot. Cristiano picks up 2 red aces. I think it's a great spot to 3-bet. I'm not going to get tricky.
You can't suck up to both and like.
Especially since the guy, Anthony, just lost the hand.
He's got like 60. You better be better friends with Joe.
He's got 60, but it's fine.
Now, in yesterday's table, where we saw a lot of 3-bets and 4-bets early on,
I disagree.
and throughout the day,
This is one where
maybe you play the aces a little tricky and you just flat.
Chances of it.
But we haven't seen as much of that here. Plus, the table is kind of engaged in conversation, which sometimes makes players less apt to 3-bet.
Or maybe not.
But you see here, Anthony, after just losing about $6,000 in the last hand, calls ace-jack offsuit out of position. It's not a hand that plays well in a 3-bet pot. Heads up. Lucky for him, he didn't flop a jack.
Where can you bet on who you think the odds like?
Vegas, I think Vegas.
Yeah, but it's always ridiculous big. You're better off like finding someone who wants to bet someone else.
They opened me at 7 to 5, which is probably the dumbest bet I've ever heard of in my life because there's no way I win the tournament that much. There's no way.
This is a $25.50 cash game. Optional $100 straddle.
Yeah.
Like
No,
him, you probably get a good price on this kid.
Goes check on the flop.
But they're not 14 to 1. They're still worse. They're probably like 18.
Cristiano obviously trying to give his opponent just a little bit of rope
I think Max
on a
is
7-deuce-deuce board. Third heart out there. Cristiano's got the ace of hearts. So you can see Anthony is drawing dead.
What percentage?
Not going to stop him from betting, though.
Max says like average stack.
And I think if you're going to play this hand in this manner, I think the play is to call.
Max is average.
I don't really see any value in raising right now.
You have like 3x.
Max is in 5th. But yeah. Average is like 22, 23. Max is like 20. He's very close to average.
Whatever the Vegas price is, I'll bet on Max.
And sure enough, there's the call. Cristiano has the ace of hearts as well.
2 million. They're all like the same. So
There's a few people I like to bet on based on the price. You know, it's not like I'm like just saying, oh, I think Max is going to win no matter what. Just relative to the price.
think
There's
Max
some
is-
people that I think we're off.
Pretty safe run out.
because of his previous successful.
And Anthony gives up.
Man, I like little.
Easy value bet time for Cristiano.
I like you to come to church.
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
It's weird how those things like.
I don't know what I'm going to be wearing.
Did you see? There was a
You
great
want
wood
to
picture.
compared to that at least.
You want to be nice to the dress room?
No, I might be.
Antonio Esfandiari was not here.
He's got patch already. Been wearing a patch for days.
That might be better. Let him shoot him.
Our next stop is in Florida
Yeah.
at the Seminole Hard Rock
No, not
Casino. Then I believe we will be in Canterbury, Minnesota. So make sure you follow at Poker Night TV. Check out our website.
Trevel's definitely happier. We don't doubt that.
It's important to look at itself.
No, Trevel's married.
He's still important to look more.
Still got him good.
But when you're single, it's even more important.
More and more important.
Especially when you're on stage.
I have money.
No one's gonna believe you have money.
Nobody would ever believe it. If you go up to a girl and said, I got money, they're going to say, yeah, screw you, buddy. What's going on here?
I can show him my picture. I'm gonna have a banner up. In
Cristiano bets small, 1150, and gets called.
Yeah, but if you come like second or third,
Nobody's going to remember.
second or third, yeah.
Anthony's going to take a break.
God, that kid
It's been a rough last 2 hands for him as he's lost about $8,500 in the last 2 hands. Somebody had asked what games Alec Torelli plays. Torelli lives, well, he travels a lot with him and with his wife playing poker. But he does spend a lot of time in Macau playing some of the biggest games in the world.
I can imagine.
It's happened before.
Going number
Well,
2.
one of the girls did it one year, and then Phil Locke last year gave away his credit card info on the live stream with his mic on.
Yeah, that was classic.
Yeah.
Something wrong with that?
Well, yeah, I was saying.
You don't want to give away
on
your credit
Twitter,
card
someone
info
on like
on
an
the
old
live
booking
stream?
sheet of like the 1989 main event or something with all the odds.
Nice
all
start
the
for
details
Cristiano,
of
who's
the
quickly up
25 people
$4,500.
all the stuff, how
Anthony
they
bought
play
in
with
for
them,
$20,000. He is now down to under
their
11,
results,
so
it was really cool to, like,
down
see
over
odds of
$9,000
different, like,
already.
known players.
Yeah, especially
Back then.
22 years after the fact.
Was it how many?
It's one of those weird things I think in these cash games where,
early in poker,
generally
like,
speaking, when you
some
enter a
random
casino,
bookie sheet they found, like,
you're
like,
joining a
captured
game
somebody
that's already in
posted a
progress.
picture of it. It was great.
So you have some guys that are stuck and some guys who are winning, and you're kind of joining a dynamic that is already going. Occasionally, obviously, you'll start a new game. And I just think sometimes you kind of need a couple of players to start losing and a couple of players to start winning before the game really gets going. You get some more money on the table, people get emotional. We saw that yesterday.
Really?
You're not getting a shirt for your...
Come on, Joe.
wrong
You should
with
do.
you,
You got.
bro?
It looks good.
This guy, man.
Joe.
I think
Or
they're
you're one of
making
your-
different color shirts.
Agony asking says, I don't know anybody here except Deeb.
Jeff, the way.
So, who are these other guys? Just random players? No, some big time pros plus November Niners. We'll go through the table in just a second.
Part of the fun of it.
At least put the Flyers shirts.
Get a raise here from Glance to 300. Deeb is going to 3-bet to 1,000.
Nah, DJ didn't. I got a lot of.
Back over to Glance, and I tell you this, Glance doesn't buy in short,
I'd rather people.
so he can fold ace king suited.
Face in the shove, I know.
T, what you doing? Little T, what you doing?
There's no way in a million years Glance is doing
Yeah.
is folding this hand.
Filling it up.
I know you're shoving, man.
I don't want to let you off too easy.
I believe you would do it up before. In Vegas, we're going to find you a nice BMW while you're down
You
there.
can make it 21.
The sheriff says, surely you'd want to sit at the table with Anthony playing like this, Tuck. I think this is actually a pretty tough lineup. I've watched a lot of the Poker Night broadcasts,
Give me an amount. I'll buy
whether they be the live streams or on TV. And I think when you look at this particular lineup compared to their average lineup, I think this is a very tough lineup.
4.2.
Bigger than second place. Right?
It's insane.
Yeah,
Insane.
who can nobody can afford to buy a piece of money?
Do I have? Like 160 or something?
He thought it was a bluff.
Glance is going to 4-bet.
Matt has aces. I know he has aces. And I'm still gambling with him.
I don't know what happened.
I don't have ace. I don't
Deep's gambling.
Do you have kings?
No, I have no pair.
Let's take odds
That's
on
very
that.
bad of
He
me.
has a good hand.
Yeah. That's a head.
Deep's just on a huge gamble here.
Slow roll, you take bets on
It's a
that.
slow roll.
That's what I'm playing. The jack.
Plays jacks. 2 red jacks. Hopefully.
No jack there. Glance is all in for 5,000. Deep said he wanted to gamble, and here he is gambling. Needs a jack or running cards. Now a jack or a diamond would do it.
Let's go. Diamond.
Or deuce.
Diamond. Or a deuce. Or 9.
Oh, it's the ace of diamonds.
He don't got it. He got jack.
Now, yesterday, Deeb had ace king to Glance's ace queen, and Glance got the best of him there. Today, Deeb has king jack against Glance's ace king, and Deeb gets the best of it. So just get it in with the worst, and you win.
But if he has diamond,
So Glance has been felted. Still smiling.
should I push it over to you?
Who wants to play the dealer tip?
Deeb loves to slow roll
Oh,
Glance.
he's slow wrong, guys. Someone's got to pay.
Push it over to him.
Oh, he got the king
King
of
of
diamonds.
diamonds.
Yo, how good does this guy run? This guy's a
Oh, C9. Pay him 50, and then someone has to pay.
runner.
The ace of diamonds is the only one that like makes it so unlikely I'm slow rolling. Matt was so convinced I had jacks too.
I
That was
said
the
king of
best part.
diamonds.
The ace of diamonds is so brilliant.
You owe 50 for the tip, and Joe, you get to pay the slow roll.
All right, sure.
This guy's just blessed.
I get the first one. Someone else gets the
Man,
next.
this would have brought more.
Glance buys in front of the $5,000.
I guess it's changed. You got a lot of chips.
Yeah, but
All right, Alec, I need 5 back.
Oh no. I got the case.
I do not advocate slow rolling unless you're doing it with a
Give
friend.
you cash, yeah.
And then I'm a huge fan of it.
So I just didn't buy in, but I'll go to the
If you can slow roll a good friend, that's great.
Do we have a break soon? Or?
Yeah, we have
But I wouldn't
we'll
slow
give
roll a
cash,
stranger.
like,
Okay.
You want to give me 5, and you play 5 behind
yeah, I can do
until
that.
Alec gets the strip?
I'll go on break. I just got to go to the main cage and sign and like all this stuff.
Actually, let me give you a stack.
Yeah, we are in Turning Stone in Verona, New York. So I'll go through the table real quick. So seat 1, we got Richard Anthony. Seat number 2, Dominic Cristiano, who's the 888 qualifier.
5K Jack King.
8, Alec Torelli plays some of the biggest no-limit cash games in the world. Spends a lot of time in Macau. Tom Canuli, November 9er.
That's one of my favorite tricks. Yeah.
Currently 6th in chips, the World Series of Poker main event.
Yeah, oh, no, I
Matt
said like
Glantz.
the gin card, like because I convinced
course.
him maybe I have ace jack of diamond.
A live
I
pro,
knew I
plays a
had big
ton of
ace, he
mixed
made the
games.
face, like,
Travell
as soon as I
Thomas
three-bet.
lives in the area, and he's been on Poker Night before. Seat number 7, there's Joe McKeon, who is the massive chip leader at the November 9.
Jay, what we looking like?
Too random.
Both Cannuli and McKeon have already guaranteed themselves $1 million. McKeon
Then you end up making a flush.
in line to make a lot more than that, as he has over 30% of the chips in play in the main event. Then you mentioned he knows Shaun Deeb. Seat number 9 is Bart Hansen, lead pro at CrushLivePoker.com.
Like you thought it was like 80% I had jacks.
Does a great job, great job at that.
When you put it in, yeah, but then when the run out came,
He's a live cash game pro out of the Los Angeles area, well respected there.
you didn't throw over your other card.
I wouldn't, no matter what.
If you had jacks, you would have turned it over.
Jay, you're not even
after the
watching
run out
from me.
came,
Tell me
because
what
you can't slow roll.
I was just
So at this particular table, my guess would be we've got
I would assume jacks.
You always put me on good hands.
6 pros and probably 2 or 3 businessmen.
I know, I thought.
Qualifier. Both players with a pair. Anthony's going to end up winning this one, though.
Especially the face he made.
Draven Stone says, do you have any history on Cristiano beyond winning the Sadie? From what I heard, he's a PLO player. Obviously lives in New Jersey. Besides that, I do not know.
Well, that was out of pocket.
Oh, of course. You're not watching? Wow.
The first one to go broke again. Weird.
Surprise.
2 days in a row.
Wonder why.
And you always end up winning. You always get stuck like 20,000 every time we play.
Andrew?
In mixed, it's a lot tougher for you to get even.
I haven't seen Matt get it in good yet.
I think you played late last night, so
My man Matt couldn't get it in no better, man.
he likes to sleep.
Oh no, he got it in against the nut flush. This is pretty bad.
Those donkeys
to
always,
stone nuts.
those donkeys
No,
always
there
suck
was
out.
a pair on the board.
What was a pair on the board? I liked it when he started rooting for a deucer, and I know.
You gotta like root for all these, so all the possibilities are still alive.
He showed the jack because he knew he needed a jack to win. Just run around a flush. I think that's all Joe's fault, too.
I asked for it.
Joe did ask for diamonds. That's when Joe knew I had it because I fist pumped when he said the diamonds. I was like,
So, Matt,
that's
we
definitely what I
gonna
had.
slow roll Joe.
Well, yeah, obviously. I'm not
It's tough to
gonna
slow roll Joe. He just plays ace king
He
and
only
ace.
plays the nuts. I know.
Same thing you do. You can't fucking laugh.
Bro, I've never only played the nuts.
Yeah.
So Thomas raises to 350. Bart Hansen just called.
Oh, that was out of line. I'm sorry.
And in fact, Thomas actually raised to 150. No straddle in this one. Hansen calls. Anthony's going to come along for the ride.
We're fucking fine. We
I
can
haven't
sweat
played,
each other.
I
but
haven't
not
played
so
any
old.
games. Going crazy.
You saw the game.
I think I like 3-betting if I'm Hansen.
Yeah.
Like, we're trying to see the same. Because like you got up and
No, he did too much.
I think I try to isolate Thomas.
For him to limp jam.
No slight against Thomas. I'm just, Hansen's in position. Get it heads up. You're on the button. You get it heads up. Against one of the amateurs at the table.
Wow.
yeah, you played that one great.
You should show one of your cards there. Yeah. You know which one you should have showed.
I know.
Should have showed the ace.
I don't hate calling with 5-4 diamonds. I just think I think 3-betting is probably a better option.
When you're out of the pie, if you want to see my hand, we can do that.
Whereabouts?
You know, we're friendly.
I'm on the plan.
I'm gonna look at Shaun.
Oh, you are? Yeah, I live in Sutton Place.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're
And I'm cold now.
57.
Ramu says, with everyone playing so light, shouldn't someone be light 3-betting? That's what we saw yesterday. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if the game eventually
Yeah, of course. Not even
morphed into
Southern California.
Oh, nice.
that kind of game. But early on yesterday, players played it a little bit closer to the vest as well. So we'll see how this one develops.
Originally, when I was young, my stepdad's from there. He's been there since the 70s.
Joe, I'm gonna give you this
so
shirt.
he moved out to California actually from there, so I always went there as a kid and really liked it. And there's a lot of people in New York. It's just so engaging. Like you go out at noon or 1 for lunch, and 10 p.m. you with 10 other people.
I mean, yesterday's game was driven in some ways by Jared Blesnick, who did a lot of light 3-betting
You always meet interesting people. Everybody's really
and unconventional sizing.
Yeah, right.
awesome. You gotta be to pay rent.
Yeah.
It's like a filter. You know, like.
So you run your poker business out of New York?
No, we're not there that much.
Yeah.
We have an online marketing company that we run as well that is really valuable to be there. We just went to a conference called Affiliate Summit, which is there.
Now, going back to that 5-4 diamonds hand, the more I think about it, Travell Thomas had not opened a hand yet, I don't think. And that might have been the decision. Bart might have thought he wasn't opening light. Really wanted to see a flop in position with 5-4 diamonds. So if you don't think your opponent is opening light, don't think. And think there's a chance that he might end up 4-betting or he's just crushing your hand. Nothing wrong with just calling there.
Like raked away with traffic and
Where's your wife from?
Glance in the straddle.
Italy.
There's Joe McKeon in the orange shirt, Philadelphia Flyer shirt.
Drills me on.
It's supposed to be the other way around there.
She was a professor too, and she taught
I got cold.
literature. So
You up?
very hard on me.
350.
Dentale, you ready to join us yet?
Yes.
You're on the list?
Yes.
Okay.
Matt said you weren't on the list. You see how he looked at you?
800.
You're second up behind Rep. Rep busted first.
I'm after right?
Yeah.
I got to match my cuffs. How did you see
McKeon's picked up some big hands. Ace King, I want to say 3 times now already. So McKeon raises to 350. Anthony 3 bets to 800. McKeon does not 4-bet him, but calls.
I don't look at my pants.
You got to imagine the 3-better is going to try to represent that ace.
You know you got to help dress me, man.
Does have a gut shot. Neither player with a diamond in their hand
Tuck me in.
on the ace 7-3 2-diamond board.
Mike, I got to get you
There's a
back
check
so bad.
call.
Nightmares about that ham.
For McKeon.
Bro, these are stylish.
A black 4 could get real ugly. Well, Anthony picks up more outs here. He can catch a 4 or a 9. He's going to continue barreling, and McKeon's not going to go anywhere.
I don't know. He must be rich. He's playing like you and your house.
2800.
Is it a button? Or is it a button? He does like trade. He owns a big company.
Pot's down $9,275. Here's the river.
How about that? He's playing like he's really good.
And McKeon is just playing this as a complete... Anthony thought about it.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Did Anthony just move all in? Did Anthony just move all in?
It's like 6,000. 6,000 in fact.
In a 3-bet pot, frankly, I'm actually surprised that McKeon is even taking this long.
What took you so long?
That was Shaun slow right there.
Take your time.
Yeah, you're rooting for a different card than a king.
Shaun said, what are you waiting on?
I mean, you're losing to a set of aces, you're losing to a set of kings. He does make the call. And Anthony already reaching in his pocket for more money. Huge hand there.
He 3-bet pre and bet the flop turn. I don't know what he had.
Shaun, ace king. So all the guys
I told you.
Anthony has some heart. Give him that.
Hit it too.
He went for it. Might have really put McKeon in a tough spot if McKeon only had a hand like ace-10 or ace-jack. But with top 2, obviously McKeon going nowhere.
What were you considering on the river when he bet? I'm just curious.
I just wanted to make that.
Were you considering all
He was counting exactly how much he was going to win. He had a counter stack before calling. So I could say 58-25.
I'm just wondering, what options were you considering?
Was that what your was that the slow roll?
Yeah, Glance just making fun of him there. It's like, what options were you going to do with top 2?
Bluff me in the future, okay?
I mean, there are boards where you could theoretically fold 2 pair, obviously. It's not like he's got the nuts. But in a 3-bet pot, I just don't see how you're ever folding that hand. You know,
So if he had less than
give McKeon credit, obviously. You know, he under-repped his hand and gave his opponent enough rope to hang himself. And a lot of players
neither option matters.
might have either 4-bet pre,
That was a slow roll.
check raised at some point, ended the hand.
It was only a slow roll for you, Tom.
That was a slow roll.
I've never heard of a shot. It looks like a really nice watch. It's probably out of my price range. That's why I never heard of it.
They're calling it a slow roll. I kind of call it a knit roll.
Y'all ever heard of a shot
That's
mail?
incredibly cool.
175.
Shot mail? Yeah.
Watches are cooler than
That said, I don't think there's anything wrong with getting a count and knowing exactly when your opponent moves all in. I don't think there's anything wrong with kind of like being, okay, wait a second. Let me take 5 seconds.
Really easy to outplay somebody like that. Make it 1,000.
Yeah, with your money.
My bad.
I usually have shuffling chips there. Do I not have
I have
it?
8.
Only make a limited
I
amount.
have,
They can look on the camera.
Yeah,
They
can
made
you
it,
look on the
yeah,
camera?
Because we had that
I
problem.
thought it was mine, honestly.
okay.
But if it's
You get above a certain
Look on
You
the
amount,
stole
camera.
800 from me?
retains more
No,
value.
just look on the
If
camera.
you, if you
Almost
stole
like
800
the
from
more
me,
you spend.
The
let
2
me
November
spend it.
Niners are killing it.
oh shit,
Yes.
that's
Yes, that's a fair
Give it
game.
back.
You're not going to sell it for like
What
50.
happened?
You're gonna sell it for
Four
like
players.
90.
As if the summer hasn't gone well enough for them already.
Like you do something like what he did. Crazy.
Jack high flop, 2 diamonds. Bottom set here for Deeb.
$375. $375.
Anthony rebought for another $10,000, so he's in the game now for $30K.
Shuffle green once now, right? Shuffle green now. It's not.
Fine.
And Deeb gets no action.
Yeah. Can you make sure they're actually going to the camera shot? I don't want to.
Someone on the stream will
Alright, cool.
they'll figure it out.
Yes, they will. Because
I'm-
it happened with me with the orange
I'm
shit. Somebody
very
should figure
confident
it
it's
out.
mine, but I want to make sure. I don't want to scum you.
I don't think I was shuffling today. But
You were, you weren't.
I'm trying to think if I was. Because I definitely was yesterday.
Would you shuffle on that side of your chip?
I would never shuffle left. I'd always shuffle here.
Look, because I'm weird. I shuffle left and I'm right.
I moved them. What I thought I did was I moved them over to put my cards down because I had them in my hand.
It's more likely to be yours than mine.
Because it was at 58.25. I took the 800. That was the 800 from the 58.25. When we were counted down, I took that and stacked up the rest of the chips.
I'm not trying to steal from you.
Joe, you're the
Yeah,
last
no, I
person.
understand.
Joe,
I'm
we
not
don't
trying
think
to
you're
say
alive.
you're
Right?
Thank you, Trevor.
It looks like you should steal from people, but
No,
Like,
I
you should-
shaved,
it
remember?
looks like you should be.
I'm never entirely comfortable trying to get in somebody's head and figure out what they're thinking. And I'll try to analyze something from a poker perspective. But in that case,
you can barely see anything.
Can we be a
if
big
you
brother?
think,
No, sis.
I mean, if Anthony's sitting there thinking, well,
He's a brother. So
I don't put my opponent on ace-king, which I don't think he would call. I don't think he would just call a 3-bet with ace-king. I think he would 4-bet. So you think the best hand he has is 1 pair, and maybe you can get him to fold that. It's ambitious.
Oh, I was told you were.
Poker, there's a fine line between looking
I heard it.
like a genius and looking like an idiot. And unfortunately, we all toe that line sometimes.
Anybody from
From there,
there,
move
okay?
there, and everybody that's from there stays there.
Right, exactly.
I got paid, buddy.
Nobody that's from there goes to
His chop from the World
He
Series.
owes you interest.
Yeah, that's great.
You can't just hold your money that long.
Yeah, my parents
Remember
were
Joe's
now
chop?
there
He
was-
said he wasn't paid it.
Yeah, that's cool.
He consistently.
Yeah, that's what those kids. The kid that was at your
It's
table.
hard to
he
leave.
told me.
Feels like the
That you got paid?
city.
No, that you got screwed by someone.
I would never let a guy
This
from
is why you
another-
don't listen to other people about
Well,
this
I
stuff
thought he got
because
it from
they have
you,
no
and he
idea.
said he did.
I might have to go get it.
I would
No,
never let a
there
guy
was
from
no
another
problem.
country leave with my money.
There was
without
no
going to
chop.
cage.
It's not allowed by World Series of Poker
You
regulations.
can tell there was say there was a chop after the fact.
That's what y'all want.
I tweeted it out.
Your money.
Chainsaw tweets in, says, any chance FBT at Greg Mueller? Greg Mueller, by the way, is at the Stone and we'll be playing cash. Now, I don't think Greg is here.
I'm playing 10 behind.
It's a long story. I'm not going to get into it. But
I can understand with money being with.
Got a tweet from Norma Hansen, Bart's mother.
realize that, man.
Hi, Dave. Can you give Bart some playable cards, please? Hi, Norma. Chris Freeman asked who the big winner was yesterday. I believe it was November 9er, Tom Canuli, who's in kind of in seat number 4 wearing the black hoodie, just to the right of Matt Glantz. He and Samantha Abernathy were the 2 big winners, but I believe Canuli won a little bit over 20,000.
Nor should anybody else. He's a very good kid.
Actually, I'm getting word that it's 18,775, so he was the big winner. So Anthony raises to 450 with 5s.
To let him win.
Hansen calls.
I believe what he said.
Canuli's going to 3-bet.
All right,
He's going to try to isolate.
Can you take your twin brother with you? That guy.
coming home with
That gets rid of Hansen.
Probably leave you
Anthony going nowhere.
some store, but I'll leave you an American Eagle.
Not a terrible flop for Canuli, as he's got a gut shot, backdoor spades,
I said I'm going to the store.
kind of a dry board.
I said I should take you with me.
He doesn't realize actually how much equity he has.
You guys can't go shopping together.
Yeah, you're right.
Like shit.
And we saw Canuli do this yesterday. I think
I wanted that T-shirt.
he'll do his best to 3-bet
those no-name sneakers.
whoever he thinks he has a handle on. Whoever he thinks is the weakest player at the table, so to speak. And a continuation bet from Canuli gets through. Jimmy Snyder says that Joe McKeon normally play cash games or mainly tournaments or a mix of both. From what I gather, I think he actually started playing cash games here in Turning Stone many years ago. Well, I shouldn't say many years ago. The guy's not old, but a few years ago at least.
If I can, yeah, for sure.
So I think he and Canuli actually play mostly cash games. I know Canuli does. Canuli only had about 50,000 in live tournament earnings before
Philly was fun.
before the main event this summer.
We had an action situation.
Well, it was funny because
Oh,
the
you
first
saw the
4
tweets?
hours was boring.
Thanks for the tweets, guys. You can tweet me at Tuck on Sports.
Sam just gets
Oh,
some
yeah.
5K with 10-6 suit. That's
Yeah.
great.
I'm just mad because there was a hand where
Rap drawing dead twice.
there was a hand where I got third nuts versus Phil. I should have bet folded on the river, and like I just didn't think it through, and it would have like Alex was like everyone thought it was great, but he had like the fifth nuts, and he knows it wasn't like as impressive as Phil made it out to be. Like,
Was I there?
yeah. When I had the Jack 7 on Queen Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Fizbin says, Tuck, are you still working with the bike? I am. I will be back in Los Angeles
Against Phil, who had Queens.
Yeah.
in about
Check.
2 weeks. Took a vacation after the World Series of Poker, came up upstate New York. My wife and I and our kid had a cabin on a lake in upstate New York near Saratoga. So spent a few weeks here, and when I found out this was going on so close, took a 2-hour drive over here. Both players with an ace. McKeon's ace-queen best. I think he bet, actually. Yeah, I like this. He overbets the pot. I kind of like it. I like the sizing. Something I've been doing in my own game is kind of experimenting with sizing. I like when players think outside the box. Kind of put their opponents, force their opponents to play outside their comfort zone. I mean, Torelli realizing now that ace-8, obviously just a bluff catcher. McKeon's never value betting a hand worse than that at this price. I think he's going to pay him off, though, and he does. Pays him off. There's the ace-queen. And Torelli tosses his ace-8 in the muck, and nice payoff here from McKeon. Everything going the November Niners' way.
He was probably so mad he wasn't dealt ace king 3. He was just like, damn, man.
I was so mad. I couldn't flop a side with that hand. It was a joke.
Bradley 2P2 says, overbet on the turn while draw is still drawing. A better play, in my opinion.
I don't talk about that anymore.
Can't ever talk. Once you make the main event final table, you can't talk about it.
You got to agree.
Yeah, I do.
That's a lot of closures you want. A lot of sneakers.
People don't understand how funny you actually how funny you actually are, True. Not because of that,
I
just
know.
like
Richard got so much money, he haven't even tipped. He done brought in 5 times. He's still not on tilt.
Normal day in the office.
Yeah, one day I'll make somebody trade that much money tomorrow.
Get a raise here from Torelli, called in a couple of spots.
Man, who cares?
brag about having a BMW.
Top set here for Hansen, nut flush for Torelli. This could get ugly. You can see Torelli about a 2-1 favorite over Bart.
Sorry to hear that.
Glance is going to take a shot at it. And that's just going to make it a little bit more convoluted. So Glance bets what is about $400. Hansen calls. Torelli flops the stones.
Somebody more powerful than the bank.
That's unfortunate.
I'm selling women's shoes.
That's the one thing about cash games. It's funny, you watch poker on TV, and you don't realize that it's edited. We're showing you the best of the best. But if you watch it live, and I do a lot of these live streams, a lot of it is just waiting for a hand like this.
Be like, well, look at Joe Paradise Women's Heels.
I can give some women heels. I don't start putting sneakers.
I believe Torelli just called.
Every table I'm at with the players, I'm like, here, give me this, and I'm gonna send you a pair of
Turns an ace.
This is like free. If you gave me a dead chip,
I imagine Glance will be done with this. We'll see.
I don't understand how if I gave you this chip that
It's
has
free,
cash
it's not real
value
money.
on
It's
it.
not real money.
Oh, okay.
When it's on the
So I have a
table,
question. If I went over there,
Torelli's going to check
this
one more
chip,
time.
They gave me money for it.
I think Hansen
I gave
checked
them
as
money
well.
for it. Would you real?
And it checks through. Now Hansen's definitely going to bet this river. Question is, can he bet fold the river? Can he get away from it when he gets raised? He bets 1,200. Bets 1,100, pardon me. So he bets 1,100 into 1825 with a set of eights. Torelli could be kicking himself when he sees when he hears about this one. But we'll see. There's the raise. Glance gets rid of it quickly. Back over to Hansen. And it's 3,400 back over to Hansen.
He's working for your tip.
Jack 9, you can't beat. 9-6, you can't beat.
he got a belt. He can't afford a belt.
And obviously a flush you can't beat.
Did they actually let you in the casino dressed like that?
I don't think Torelli, I'm trying to think if Torelli would raise. The way this hand played out, everybody under-repped their hand. Is there any way Torelli would raise the river with a hand worse than set of eights? Is he ever doing this for value with a hand worse than a set of eights? I don't think so. I mean, I don't think he ran into two pair, like ace-10 of clubs or something. Well, he wouldn't have ace-10 of clubs, but let's say ace of spades. Let's say he has the ace of spades and 10. Would he raise with two pair? It's pretty thin, I think.
You gave her money?
No, we don't want another one. Oh. No, you just can't grab
That's
that
for you?
one.
No, it's for you.
All right, not Torelli.
Yeah, Sam Stein Poker saying he's not raising that big with worse. I don't think so either. I mean, if it was a small raise, if he had raised to like 2,700, I could make an argument for maybe he has two pair. But I think in this particular case, it looks like he backed into a straight.
Strictly herbal.
You sit in the house playing online?
Or he was slow playing a flush.
God, play online poker. You play online?
Strictly herbal though. Like I don't do the sugary stuff.
Oh man, you got it.
Teas and whatnot.
Great laydown.
You gotta show if it's a bluff.
That's a great laydown. That is a really good laydown by Bart Hansen.
Yeah, we have a rule: if you're bluffing, you show, and if you have it, you don't show.
By the way, full disclosure, Bart's one of my best friends.
What's it?
But I am as hard on him as anybody, if not more. And to only lose $1,500 post flop is pretty remarkable.
He wanted to keep you in. He did it right.
It's a really nice laydown.
I wanted to because I like Alec.
You gave him 400.
You bet the turn to try.
You have to save something.
I wanted to help Alec out, but I couldn't do it.
Just bet 300.
Not much has gone Hansen's way. This is one of those days where I can't really hammer him, though. He made a couple of good calls on Deeb with ace-king. Deeb caught his 4 on the river. Hansen lost about $2,500 on that hand, maybe $3,000. And then here, obviously, flops top set. Board does not pair and figures out a way to only lose $1,500.
Do me a favor, stack the deck towards me. Okay? Appreciate I'm the only one you really know.
150. He's known me for longer than you.
Have you? You been playing here or y'all really?
I have a lot of respect for Torelli's game. I do not like the way he played that hand. I know it's easy because we saw the cards. I just think when he doesn't raise the flop, he has to know that Glance is going to be checking back a ton. Because Bart called in the middle, so you got three ways in there. Glance is not going to just burn money. So unless Glance actually has a hand, he's going to be checking back the turn a bunch.
Yes.
Hansen flops bottom 2. Anthony with an ace-9. And Hansen could get it all back right here.
Tournament, that's the only way I can win if they win. I'm a master horse player. You know I'm a master at that one too.
You good at taking pieces?
Oh man, not good
Must
as
be
you
nice.
out. Not good
Oh,
as you
yeah,
are.
Must be nice.
Not good as you are this year. Yeah, I know. Not good as you are. You're much better.
I think with Bart's image, I know Bart doesn't really tilt, but I think the fact that he's lost a couple of hands, he can kind of sell this. And against the amateur in seat number 1, who's down about $20,000, I like raising right away.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't want people discussing.
Build this pot up, especially on a relatively wet board. I mean, there's no flush draw out there, but a lot of straight draws. And Hansen is going to raise right away.
You should tweet at DJ and ask him what she has.
But I did run bad.
No,
I took that percentage of 3 people, and one guy
No,
did
that
cash,
sucks. Why did
one
they
guy
do that?
robbed us, and one
Give
guy.
the DJ
only one
like, didn't he do something?
I gave other people first.
If I knew you so, I would have always been buying you like I do Andrew. I really
One guy robbed me in pawn.
You don't like me that much that you'll let the team nice just buy?
How much you
Anthony calls.
60 or something?
Turns a blank.
60,000 or 60,000?
No, before.
Hansen not that deep anymore. He's in the game for 14,000, but I want to say he's probably down about 5, so he probably only has about 8,000 in front of him before this hand. Those kind of bright orange chips are 1,000 each.
Yeah, but still only get robbed.
Rungood.com.
He got robbed twice last month.
That includes us, right? We're hand for hand. Too.
No reason to get tricky against the amateur in seat number 1. I think he's just going to keep barreling here.
48.
5,000 behind.
Anthony wants a count. And I think Bart just said he had about 4,800 behind. And Anthony calls. Pot now 7,700. What a great run out for Bart. No scare cards. I don't think anybody at the table thinks that he is bluffing right here.
41.
4,100.
That's funny. Good.
And Hansen bets 4,100. Anthony calls. And Hansen gets paid off, nearly doubles up there.
21.
Goes back to what I was saying yesterday. When you're faced with a big river bet,
I know, that's what I'm saying.
kind of ask yourself this question. Does my opponent expect me to fold?
If it was.
Does my opponent expect me to call? You also have to understand that that run out is not, they're not good bluff cards. The nuts didn't change. Those aren't cards that Bart would necessarily use.
I just wanted you to remember that.
The fact that he kept betting, I don't think any of the pros at the table thought Bart was bluffing there. Anthony in front of the 10,000, so he's up to 40K.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I'm about to say that. Man, you freaking do. Not that day, though, bro.
Did we forget that guy?
No, we got him.
Yeah, that was the one where your slow
That was
roll.
the first guy?
No, that was second.
Got him.
Yeah, I paid for one.
Yeah, the slow roll is the first hand.
When you got stacked, Matt, remember that hand? That was the first hand I bet.
That's a
I don't remember that.
great couple of hands there for Hansen.
For diamond.
He loses the absolute minimum
Wonder why.
with a very good second best hand, and then wins the absolute maximum with bottom 2 pair.
Alec missing
Flop
his
bottom 2
straddle.
pair, I should say.
Slacky.
I am. Forgot. Remind me next time. I'll do it.
It's always my job to be the strategy.
This is ridiculous. Maybe y'all saving me money. But I really want to.
Travell, if you keep playing so tight, we're not inviting you back.
I really want to play hands.
Then just play blind.
Or just
Like
pretend
once
you
Norby, you
have
have to play blind if you're going to play as tight as you are to make up for it.
Yeah, I'm playing tight. You've seen the best hand.
You played one hand.
He did
I played
straddle once.
3 hands.
He straddled?
He straddled.
Anthony is just getting crushed right now.
Of course you did, Joe.
Not his day so far.
He straddled. I talked him into straddling, then I looked at ace.
Matt, your stack doesn't look very intimidating.
No.
Matt, could you explain the strategy of not
Not
having
much
a lot
going
of
his
chips on
way.
the table compared to having a lot of chips on the table for the
I
fans at
just
home?
like to get it in, so like if I have 20,000, it's much less likely to get it in. And I'll play tighter.
I'll get 20,000 pretty
and my
wide
opponents
with
will play tighter. If I have this much, everyone's gonna play like everyone's gonna do what Shaun did.
I got
He's
to
gonna
do
get
good.
King Jack.
I'm gonna do
Like,
what
if
Shaun
I have
did. If you had
20,000,
10K
Shaun's not
in
gonna get in
front
with King Jack.
of you. I don't know
This
about
seems
that.
much better.
I don't know, it was suited.
I don't think you can say it was King
40%
Jack.
to a
He
royal.
got it in with the nut flush. It's a difference.
The reason why you play suited cards, Matt, you know, reds are more lucky than black, right, Travell?
Yes, they are.
You straddle.
No, they're not. Black is the luckiest.
Did Travell fold again?
I'm gonna start showing you my fold cards.
Oh, I gotta fold first.
I might. Can I play his discards? Phil, just fold aces to me. I'm gonna shove it.
I'll take Shaun's hand, and Shaun can take your hand.
Bet.
But you have to fold first before Shaun takes it.
If you ask anybody knows me, I'm just as loose as him in the cash game, but with the cards I'm getting,
Yeah,
You are
that's-
not as loose.
I just
you
wanted
should
to
have
know.
let me switch seats with him and then I play loose.
Yeah, you have position on glance, and you haven't played one hand.
Travell, I'm probably V-pipping more than anyone on this table, and I want you to know.
Torelli
Shaun's
Canuli in the
has more
blinds.
position on me than he has on you.
You're getting
Torelli's still in the lead.
Besides the
you're getting
And he goes check, check, as both players have a pair.
You showed down like a queen nine suit, like okay,
Yes.
but you didn't even show anything
They
close
fold
to
by
that.
then. They fold by then. At 7-4 suited against his big blind.
Who's big blind?
Yeah.
Funny, when both players end up having mediocre marginal hands but have showdown value,
5. Oh, 8s.
it's actually when pots usually are fairly boring just because both players are happy to get the showdown and hope they can win.
That's another 5? All right. Sorry. Sir, please be professional on the table. You're representing Parks Poker.
I was steamed because I got to pay the tip on it.
Is that let's already tip heavier because they're nice enough to not break it.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to do
No, for this show, we have not. I don't think they've charged rake one place yet.
No.
time clutch.
That's cool. No wonder you play.
Yeah.
That's the biggest reason.
That's like $7 in EV. Can't miss it per hour.
They might have charged a sugar house. I think it's within regulations they have to. No? The PA's a stickler on that. I'm surprised.
They can give a pass for any game. You can get a
Not
pass.
PA because they want the tax revenue for every game.
You can't get a pass.
No.
350.
They must have cut them the deal from.
We've gotten passes at your mixed
Yeah,
game.
I mean, you're just not supposed to.
Oh, okay.
Come on, put it on without
Throwing
looking.
parts under the bus.
Vincent asking how long has this been on and what time does it finish? We're here all day. I want to say that we're probably going to be here till somewhere around 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight, Eastern time. We started today around 1 o'clock.
Behind this show.
The players will take a dinner break,
That's why they went there instead of parks.
probably somewhere in the range of about 40 minutes.
This.
Holy shit!
What did you check?
It's Joe Stapleton.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
Stapes is in the house. I'm going to throw shit at him.
500.
They also own Rivers, and they're opening up Rivers in Schenectady. They own like 2 or 3 other properties. Yeah.
Is there anything that goes on at sugar house?
Stapes is here. Stapes, come on up, buddy. Come say hi.
Yeah, they're like it's.
I can't believe Stapes is in Turning Stone.
Check.
I'm blown away by this.
I'm scared of the 7.
Check raise.
He said check raise. I'm going to believe
He's been stalking me for years. Dude's got a total crush on me. He does. That's cool.
Good luck all in.
Check. Just a jack.
Yeah, I just noticed Todd Anderson. I looked down over the. So we're in this actually like this huge event center, and on one side we've got the cash game going on. And our crew is filming it. On the other side we've got the poker tournament going on, which is in day 2. As I mentioned, the final table will be tomorrow. approximately 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm looking over this, and I look out, and I see Todd Anderson
I think the Poker Night in America had.
of Poker Night in America, of course, talking to the one and only Joe Stapleton. Huge fan. Good friend of mine, and a great guy, and I think he's so talented. Funny, just knows his shit, and very entertaining.
Can't wait for Alex's next excuse.
I know he's not for everybody, but for my money, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, they might.
5K South. Good luck.
Hey, it's my straddle. I know you know.
Good luck.
Young Vince says, commentator celebrity death match. What would we play? I'd love to do some sort of Stapes challenge. I don't know what we'd do, though.
I think I'm going to play this in. I hope you looked yet? No, I hope though.
It's a strong possibility.
He's funnier than me. I'm probably a better poker player than him. I'm trying to think of what else we could. We'd have to do something stupid. I bet I could outdrink him. We could do a drinking contest. Totally do that. That would be great.
Now we gotta have it. That's the problem. Now we can't just like. Yeah, we can't just go. No, oh my God! I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Could we? You think we could make a drinking match, me and Stapes? Would that video go viral? It would. 'Cause Stapes would be funny as hell. Canuli 3-bets here. You see what I'm saying here? Canuli trying to isolate Anthony. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I wouldn't be doing it with 9-4 suited out of the small blind, though. I believe he is in the small blind. I just think you have to know you're getting called more often than not, and I know your opponent's going to miss the flop. It's just a situation where now I've got to play the hand out of position. It's a hand that really has almost no value. Mr. Fisbin says, bartending challenge? I bartended for like 4 years. I don't know. I don't know if Stapes has any bartending experience or not. I know he has drinking experience.
I want to see it turn in a river, too.
And Canuli's just going to bet and win it. That's pretty tight from Anthony. So I stand corrected. I don't know. I still don't know if I like it, though, out of the small blinds.
No, we don't.
I'm all for attacking the guy who's on tilt.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Are you getting
like sharks to blood? I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, usually the show
I'm probably doing it when I'm in position or with more playable hands. Hands that just a little bit more value when I get called.
I'm definitely not telling you guys. No, I'm just kidding. I'll tell you guys.
Hey, make some suggestions, guys. What kind of celebrity death match could we do?
There's no way Trevel's going to... All right, Trevel folded a flush draw. He's very sad.
I folded a flush
draw.
That's my best hand today.
You should apologize to him though, for making him fold
hand.
the hand he had.
I folded my favorite hand.
Ace Queen?
No, he had Jack 10 of clubs. You made him fold.
I wouldn't have folded.
You should apologize.
I might have not folded.
I think he's an idiot for folding. But
yeah, Joe would have got it in with Ace Queen.
No,
Me with 10 Jack.
You have puppy feet.
You would have definitely got it.
You have puppy feet, kid.
Sure. 450.
Some of the back looks like they're going through a shuffle machine. That kind of like they have like marks and stuff.
No, I love it not.
Try to. Yeah, I mean, I'll inherit it.
Oh my God.
McCain in the straddle with Ace King. The fourth time this guy's picked up Ace King.
I'll inherit a quarter. He'll go to me like equally.
I seriously think he's lost like 3 hands since day 2 of the main event. It's just unreal.
One manages it, the other
All
one.
right, good deal.
Stapes. Stapes has just walked in here.
You're not calling.
He just
How are you, my man?
has it.
Good to see you, buddy.
Guys just always has it. How do guys just always have it?
This dude literally, McKeon, he's lost like 2 hands since day 2 of the main event. It's unreal. You gonna come in? Say hi to the audience? They're all like, they just want to, they want to hear your voice.
How's that possible, dude? It's not even fun.
It's pretty fun for me.
Where's that stupid thing? Oh, there we go. It's fancy. It's like you're a singer.
You better hope this.
You see why I was waiting on a high card before I play? He has enough to do your behind. I can't play a freaking hand.
I just hope it continues through November for you, Jeff. Thanks. If that stops cold in October, you're not.
What's up, my man?
I feel like I should be translating something for Starfleet.
Yeah.
Like I'm standing in the hall of Klingons. Sorry, no offense to any Klingons out there.
Right.
You know.
Joe Stapleton, guys. How are
Hey
you?
guys, good. Hey, thanks for having me sitting here. This is great, Dave. Nice to see you, by the way.
You as well. Hey, by the way, welcome back to the States.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's good to have you back.
I just moved to New Jersey, the 6th borough of New York City. And so I heard this was going on, and I got in touch and said, hey, can I come up and just take a peek? And because I like it. I like the show.
Why Jersey?
Because I wanted to live near New York City, but I wanted to have air conditioning and a king-size bed and a parking space. And also, maybe one day we see some companies we're familiar with in New Jersey.
Oh, I see.
Maybe we play online poker there one day.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. It's good stuff. Well, it's good to have you back in the States. I see you already got a Poker Night in America T-shirt.
That's it. That made the whole ride worth it. 4-hour drive, no problem. Got a free T-shirt.
I haven't gotten a T-shirt yet.
Really? Do you want mine?
No.
Do you know of all the things I actually work for, I never get free stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
I'm still playing at home with a Mansion poker chip set. All the poker companies I worked for over the years, I have a Mansion poker chip set. I don't have a full tilt set. I don't have a whatever. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on this stream or not, but I don't have any other.
You can say anything.
I can say anything? Okay. I'm allowed to say Poker Stars.
Yeah, you can totally say that. Totally fine. I actually, you know what I want? Okay, so our sponsors in the top right corner, you see Giants with that like buffalo thing?
Yeah, what are they?
Giant sunflowers. I want that T-shirt, and I want that hat.
Now, hold on a second. Are the sunflowers giant?
I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny
that. Would upset me if I got them and they were regular size sunflowers still. I'd be like,
Just
guys, come on. It'll better at least be a giant bag. It's a big bag? Okay,
it is
good.
a big bag.
All right, good. Story checks out. Are people going to get mad that we've been chatting and not talking about this domination situation?
No, we've been talking poker for a while. It's fine.
Okay.
Dude, it's
Cool.
you. I've been like literally. I was just talking about how you've been stalking me. I was in England.
And here I am.
And it, like awkwardly, like how convenient you like came out to England just when I was like there, and you just showed up at a bar, and I was like, okay, then I'm here and you're here.
We're two ships passing the night generally. This is the one point where we were like passing each other probably.
Like, dude, if you want to date, just ask me out.
I am so glad that we've finally gotten this out in the open.
Yeah, it's totally fine, man. I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm married, but my wife and I are, we're open.
Are you cool? Is she cool?
Yeah, she's cool. Like that, hey.
The thing is, I am completely out of options in the female. Like I've worked my way through the entire order, through the whole lineup.
Have you worked through England, and that's why you're back?
I've worked through 52% of the population of every country I've ever been to. So I think I've tried Canada next.
They probably go for that. Toronto is nice. I heard Toronto was great.
I had a blast in Toronto.
Weren't you just there for Negrano's birthday?
Yeah, it was amazing. There was 800 people at this party. For some unknown reason, 600 of them wanted a photo with me. I felt like an actual bona fide D-list celebrity.
Thanks for the
one
invite,
night.
man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Hey, Dave, you want to fly from L.A. to Toronto on your own dime to come to this party? I could get you in.
I would have totally gone.
First of all, I would hope that if you genuinely wanted to go, you would just holler at your boy, and I would have just said, no problem, you're on the list. Done.
I was actually, I've been, the wife and I are on vacation, and we've got a cabin on a lake in Saratoga, just outside Saratoga.
Oh, my God, that's like where I'm from.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I used to work at Saratoga Racetrack when I was a teenager.
I was there like 10 days ago.
Really?
Fantastic.
What'd you do?
Lost.
Yeah.
Miserably. I went for like the trifectas. I wanted to win real money.
Oh yeah, you got to go for the bombs, for the Hail Marys.
Yeah, and I failed miserably, but we had a really good time. But anyway, so there, I'm on a lake and I'm drinking like a case of beer a day. So I'm not sure if I would have gotten myself motivated enough to go anywhere. I'm actually surprised I got here.
Oh, they even made it here from there. Well, that's a good thing that my parents didn't know you were there, because my parents feel the need to invite over any friend of mine they've ever met to be like, come stay at the house. Look, we know you probably wouldn't want to, but if you're ever passing through, we have plenty of space. Like literally every person I've ever introduced them to, they invite to come stay with them.
Will you let me know where your parents are? Because I'll stop there. I will totally stop there.
My dad's coming here actually right now to have a little bite to eat with me later on. They live in Albany. I mean, they're like right. You have to pass through if you're. Well, you're not. You're flying, right? Where are you flying out of?
I'm driving.
I
drove cross country.
We're driving. So you're driving west from here, back to California.
It's hard to drive east, yeah. No, I'm gonna go back to the lake.
Okay.
And then I am driving down to Long Island for my parents' 50th.
When you're at the lake, you'll be 30 minutes from my parents, and you'll have to pass by their house to go to Long Island.
Done.
Sam,
Dude, I'm doing it. Does your mom cook?
She does. She's pretty good.
This is great. Is your mom?
You like pasta? You like a sauce made from scratch? Some meatballs? Some
That
sausage?
sounds. Who the hell likes that? That sounds terrible. God, no. I'd rather just she have frozen pizza.
Yes, and Kraft macaroni and
Yeah,
cheese.
that's my favorite.
Shaun Deeb, who I was playing in this game, grew up basically in the same hometown as me. His parents own a restaurant, a fish fry, that I frequented many times as a kid.
I was talking about it earlier. He has been pimping his fish fry business on me. I've been wearing it. Because I'm cheap. If somebody gives me a free T-shirt, I'll wear it. So I've been wearing the Ted's Fish Fry T-shirts.
You know what I'm going to do just to upset them? I'm going to wear the Bob and Ron's fish fry. That was their big competitor. Ted versus Bob and Ron.
Bob is awesome, though. He's really good at fish.
We do. Bob's not as good a poker player, but he knows how to fry up a cod.
Yeah, he does. He's really good at that. Joe Stapleton, guys, here for Poker Night in America. So what are you doing here?
Honestly, it was just I saw that this was going on. I'm a fan of Poker Night in America. I think it's great. I love the fun atmosphere.
You're going to jump in?
I love the cash game. Absolutely not. Can I say the F word?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Okay.
Fuck no will I be jumping in. But I just saw that I'm a fan of what you guys have been doing with this show, and so and I'm just trying to reinsert myself into poker in America because everyone doesn't know I'm here and people don't know what the heck is going on.
Hey guys, Joe Stapleton is here.
I'm here. I'm back.
By the way, they suggested a celebrity. Dravenstone just says Tucker's going to hit on Stape's mom. No, I'm not going to hit on his mom.
My mom's a huge slut. You won't have to. She'll just go for it.
Sweet. Hey, you know what? It's married. It's like it's been a dry couple of months.
Exactly.
What the hell is it? Oh, so somebody suggested a celebrity, a commentator death match. And I was suggesting, I was like, I don't know what. I said, I'm not sure what. And now that Stapes is back in the States, I'd actually love to do something with him. But I'm not sure what we would do. And I thought, somebody suggested bartending. Somebody suggested open-faced Chinese. I was like, that's
the thing about me is I don't like competition, which is why I don't play poker. I just don't care to win. So I'd love to do something with you if I could be on your team for something.
We could do a drinking contest. But
me and you versus
two other people.
Sure, that's something that I could be down for. And the other thing is that there's no, I don't think, genuine rivalry between any of us, and so I like all the other commentators so much. I was listening to Bart on the broadcast, the last one they did. Was it at somebody's house?
Yeah, Vegas. Some random house.
That was amazing.
They just knocked at somebody's door and went in somebody's house in Vegas.
This house looks empty. Real estate's cheap here. Kick the door in.
Well, the chances are in Vegas, there's 71% of the homes are empty.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's not a problem.
Yeah, I love you guys.
No, it's funny. The poker commentator world is kind of a small little niche, and whether it's Hardigan or Lon, Norman Chad.
Lon messes with me on Twitter or not, and I can't tell if it's a joke, so I just tend to ignore it.
I think it's honestly, it's funny. Hardigan used to say that as well to me.
Yeah.
And now that I've gotten to know Lon, he's really actually quite witty and sarcastic. And we've hung out a few times now, and he's real. At first, I thought the same thing. I was like, what a dick.
Yeah, I can take a joke, and sometimes I'm like, I've many times in my life typed out these responses to Lon that I end up I'm like, just sleep on it.
Right.
And I end up deleting it the next day.
Which, by the way, anytime that you write something in social media and you think, should I? You shouldn't.
No, don't do it.
That said, though, so I've been hanging. I know Lon a little more now.
Yeah.
We've hung out, we've talked, we've worked together. Dude's witty and sarcastic and really funny.
Well, the thing is, I give the benefit of the doubt anyway. Other than Lon, who I wasn't sure about, Norman Chad's been amazing to me over the years. You and I have gotten along great over the years. Bart and I, Hardigan, Jesse May is one of the nicest people on the planet.
Yeah.
Never talks shit about anybody.
Nick Wealthall's an ass.
Nick
is such an ass. He's such an ass.
You can say that,
totally
right? Because you're close friends with Nick.
Yeah.
No, Nick, honestly, Nick is maybe the most talented poker commentator. No offense to anyone who's around. I think Nick is so unbelievably funny.
Joe, you're so two-faced. You were telling me off air that I'm the most talented. This is ridiculous. No, Nick is great. Nick's actually funny, too. You and Nick actually are similar in the sense that you both have a comedic background.
Right.
And he's got more of a poker background than you.
Yes, he does.
But,
everyone does.
But you guys, I think I really enjoyed actually listening to you. I know you guys did a couple of Poker Stars things together. There were a couple of the Scoop radio shows.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that there was no poker.
They let us be a little silly, yeah.
And I like that. I thought that was funny.
Well, I think, and that's what I think that we need a little bit more of. Maybe not no poker, but this here, right? Like this is brilliant. Like I love this show. I love that it's a cash game. I miss commentating on cash game. I miss watching cash games. I'm so glad this is out here. There's a fun atmosphere. The players are talking. It's a lot different than the setting you get on the European Poker Tour, for example. Which is not to say that there isn't a place for that either, but this is just different, and I like that.
Yeah, I kind of like the sweet spot. I think the money at this table is actually kind of, it's not so small that we're bored.
$25.50?
And basically a $100 straddle. That's every hand.
Nice.
But, we've got like 125,000, 130,000 on the table. The big winner's going to win like 25, 30K.
Right.
The big loser. It's not such a ridiculous number.
Right, that you don't have to have like a ton of reverence for this.
Right.
Because it's not a 50-100 game. It's not a 100-200. It's not 200.
We could theoretically imagine that, maybe one day I could play in this game.
Yes, I mean, it's conceivable when you're like, are you going to play? It is like, if I had said maybe, like, there wouldn't be a bunch of people calling bullshit out there. I mean,
you're not playing high stakes. I'm not playing high stakes ever.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. This would be puke stakes for me. Like,
me too.
Throw up, vomit in my mouth, and then hide it somewhere for a few hours, eat it later, vomit it up again, because this would be way too big for me. I actually...
Look at Torelli here. Torelli turning his jacks into a bluff.
There we go. This is a fairly interesting hand. Let's focus on this for a second.
Yeah, Torelli is he's overbet the pot. The pot is $675, and he bet $2,000 into it. 100% turning jacks into a bluff to get an ace or possibly a queen to fold.
Do you think he's going to get Jack 9 to fold? That's the question.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's one thing to get past Deeb, but I'm not sure if he gets Hansen to fold. By the way, Hansen's got a pair of sevens, ace, king, queen.
That's true.
He can play the board.
That was a weird one.
He does not play the board, and Torelli gets away with it.
And you hear Deeb say, that's a weird one. But, yeah, he overbets the pot. So big smile on his face. Torelli actually joined me in the booth yesterday. He did commentary. Pretty smart guy. Like, he knows his stuff.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, he plays that 2,000, 4,000 no-limit game in Macau. Can you imagine that? The blinds are 2,000, 4,000. What?
Hold on. Oh, God.
So what was the...
Look at your engineer was all over that. It was mostly for effect that I was doing that, but he was like, nope, not on this show. Not on my watch will there be a burp on the air. Stapleton.
So what was the birthday party like?
It was this bar called Real Sports in Toronto, which is the biggest sports bar in Toronto. It's attached to the stadium where the Raptors play.
Oh, cool.
So it's like 2 levels.
Nice.
Open bar from 8 p.m.
8 a.m. I like this.
To like 12:30 a.m. Tons of free food, magicians, caricature artists. They had Sony came in and set up like 5 PlayStations. They did a charity poker match between Daniel and like a World Series baseball player. Phil Kessel was there, who plays on the Penguins now, I believe, Pittsburgh. Yeah,
Kessel, great hockey player.
Absolutely, charity poker tournament. Daniel won 25,000 to his charity. They gave away charity like 15 to second, 10 to third. I mean, it was really cool. Gave away tons of iPads. Gave away a Tag Heuer watch.
Did you win anything?
Or I think I was ineligible as I was handing out the prizes to people. But look, hey, I won at life.
Yeah, dude, you
I
are
won at life.
What's next for you now?
We got Barcelona coming up. EPT Barcelona.
So are you okay? So people that don't know, the people that love watching you on the EPT with Hardigan, is everything status quo? I mean, now that you've moved back to the States, are you still doing this? Are your responsibilities exactly the same, or what's going to change?
They are nearly exactly the same. The only thing people might not hear or see me in anymore is stuff they didn't know I was doing to begin with. So occasionally I would do like a promo video for social media department when I was in London, or I would do like, hey, can you voice this commercial for us real quick? I'm still doing EPT live streams. We're still doing EPT TV shows. I'm still doing the weekly podcast, EPT Not Live. Still doing all that stuff. I'm going to do some of it remotely, and some I'm flying back and forth. I was in London last week. I'm flying to London again Tuesday. So it's business as usual.
So you're racking up the miles.
Racking up the miles, business as usual. Now, it does, like this year's the first year we're not televising Barcelona. So it's going to be just the live stream from there. So there's going to be a little bit less work for me. So I've got a little bit more free time, which is why I'm able to be here in the States. But I have not changed my relationship with that company in any way.
That's great.
Yes, I'm very lucky. Somehow I have yet to be fired.
People probably want to know. I want to know. I don't really care if people want to know. This is all about me. Speculation that you're moving back to New York, not only because you miss the States, but your good friend and your former co-worker, Scott Huff, is in New York and has one kid, another kid on the way.
Correct.
And is there a chance that Stapes and Huff is coming back?
Okay, so here's the way I explain it. So I hung out with Huff. I landed on July 3rd is when I moved back to the States. July 4th, I was
Wow,
with,
I was
with
going to
Huff.
say, that's kind of...
It was amazing. It was a nice
July
feeling.
3rd.
July 4th, I'm in New York City on his rooftop watching fireworks.
Sweet.
Beautiful reunion. And he kept, so we did a Periscope that night, and he hinted at the fact that he would be willing to do the show again. But here's how I'm choosing to interpret that. I'm choosing to interpret it where your wife or your girlfriend hints at the fact like maybe they want to have a threesome. And you're like, I'm not sure if she's joking, and I'm not sure if she's serious, but I don't want to push this too far. So I'm just gonna wait till she brings it up again. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Huff is like dangling the carrot of like maybe we can do something again in front of me, and I don't want to scare him off. I don't want to act like I'm too into it. Or eventually, when your wife brings up the threesome, you don't want to ask her dead away because you're afraid she'll say no. You're afraid she'll go, I was just joking. So.
Or I mean, if you seem too eager on the threesome front, you could be in a lot of trouble.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna let him come to me again. And also, what I'm gonna do probably is do a couple things on my own, or maybe with another friend. Like I was thinking of like getting a friend maybe named Guff. We could do the Guff and Stapes show, and then all of a sudden Huff's like, what's this now?
Exactly.
What's this Guff and Stapes? Because, that's another way to get a woman's attention, is to make her think your attention's elsewhere.
You're single, aren't you?
Yeah, very single. Very single.
I'm shocked.
I have to treat Huff like a woman. So, yeah, look, I would love to do it. In all seriousness, it would be a huge burden for him to have to do this. He works between 60 and 80 hours a week. As you mentioned, has a 2-year-old, has another baby on the way. For him to say to his wife, I know that I have like 4 hours with you every week, but I'm going to spend 3 of them with Stapes now. It's not the easiest sell. Like in my early 20s, this is something you would chastise your friends for. In my 30s, I understand. I get it. Family's important.
You live with your family.
Yeah, I mean, the kid thing is, it's the one thing with the wife because you can always figure stuff out. But yeah, I mean, obviously having a 2-year-old myself. My kid, by the way, is like a week older than
your
Huff's.
kid's gorgeous, by the way.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, really cute kid.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out who the father is. Good-looking guy. And by the way,
we got to figure out who the mother is. That's the hard one.
By the way, we're looking for perspectives for the next, because we're talking about having a second kid. We really want a different father.
Oh,
so, yeah.
I mean, it's the 90s. Like, go ethnic. Get something.
Well, she actually, my wife said she would actually love an African American baby.
Yeah, just get something, that, I mean, you'll tick all the boxes, you'll look progressive. We're all about being, like, diverse now. Let's just throw a non-whitey in there.
I think that's a great idea. Nonetheless, though, going back to what you're saying, yeah, I understand. I mean, I know the guy, Huff's got a great work ethic, but 60 hours of work, a 2-year-old, another kid on the way, a wife.
It's a lot on your plate. I told him I would make it as easy as possible for him. I would prep the entire show, including travel time between his house and my house. We could get it done in 4 hours. That's a big chunk of time, though. But that's being realistic. It's an hour each way, basically. He lives on the Upper East Side. I live in Jersey City. We'll see, though. So the short answer is, after all that,
maybe
long-winded, maybe.
Okay, fair enough. Well, the fans would and myself, we would be glued if you guys could join team.
It is the thing that I'm most proud of in my entire life of anything I've ever done was the Huff and Stapes show. Still available on iTunes, by the way, if you guys want to check it out.
No, there's some really, really entertaining episodes.
Thanks, man. That means a lot. Thank you.
No, I'm in all seriousness. I mean, I get pitched all these shows, and I would say 95% of the shows, I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching that. I'm not listening to this. This is just whatever. You know what I mean? I can't.
Time is limited.
I don't have time for it, and I'm dealing with other stuff. But in all fairness, though, that was one of the few shows that I wholeheartedly listened to and enjoyed.
That's really nice. I appreciate that. That means a lot. And we got a hand shaping up here, by the way. Let's focus on this for a second.
Well, we did, but Cannulli just let it go.
Wow.
Yeah, he just quickly. I mean, Torelli really hasn't 3-bet much, and Cannulli, by the way. So we have 2 November 9.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Cannulli right there in the 888 black hoodie.
Okay.
He's currently 6th in chips. And then we have the overwhelming chip leader, Joe McKeon, who's got like 35% of the chips in play. He's wearing the Flyer shirt, the orange shirt.
He's in the orange. Okay.
Shaved head.
There we go. Thank you very much.
I was told to edge it up, but
it's almost as if they're listening to me. It's shocking. Yeah, they are 2 November 9ers. And then you've got a couple of good players that have come down. This is actually one of the tougher Poker Night in America lineups.
This is his girlfriend.
for the most part, I
You
think.
guys had it. Helmuth was here yesterday?
No,
He wasn't.
he was not here.
That's weird. Someone tweeted at me, Helmuth just mentioned you in the live stream. I don't know what he's talking about, but the guy,
I saw a tweet. Helmuth said he lost like 100,000 in a home game yesterday.
Oh, he was streaming something else. Okay, got it. I just assumed this was the only streaming game in town right now. I mean,
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I mean, Helmuth is, by the way, so exciting news for anybody watching at home. Poker Night in America, the tour, new TV show coming out in early 2016. Maria Ho and myself will be doing play-by-play. Jason Somerville and Phil Helmuth providing analysis for that show. So look for that.
Four people in the booth?
2016. I think it's 2 people. It's going to be like traditional NFL type thing, where like
You'll throw to
play-by-plays, and then you've got the like halftime show.
Got it. Okay.
Which is pretty cool.
Are you upstate or city?
How long are you in town for?
Oh, okay.
I'm just here for the day because I actually have a
Yeah.
I have
thought you might be near me.
a
We could hang
business
out sometime.
opportunity in the city tomorrow that I got to be around for. But
Sounds good.
I'll tell you about it off the air. I don't want to jinx it.
No, hey, good luck to you.
Thank
Good luck to you. If you have to go, man, feel free.
Well, I'm going to continue on with the little tour I was doing, but maybe I can stop back and see you again
Sounds
in a
good.
bit.
Stapes,
Thanks
take
for
it easy,
having me.
guys.
Been there in a while.
I've been there like 3 months. Ashley's mad. She really wants
Guys,
to go.
you can send
Commentate.
Stapes your well wishes. You can tweet him at Joe
live stream
Stapleton,
from
and more importantly,
Good old days.
urge him to get Huffs and Stapes back on.
stream going
Actually,
on.
better actually, just tweet at Huffs, at Scott Huff. You can search for him, tweet at him, and just let him know how important it is to start that show again. Pressure him. Peer pressure is a big thing, and I'm a big believer in it.
So I should just tell everyone.
1150 re-raise.
On which hand? 3 space left.
When there was
When he said
So back to the poker game. I hope you guys enjoyed that brief interruption.
The only hand
So
possible.
what did
that
you
called.
have? You got a bluff?
well, nobody found out anything new about my hand. So I
That's
mean,
kind
I
of unfair
already-
for you. You
I
didn't
already
know his
what I have.
hand. I really think it's unfair.
You remember? You don't remember what you had?
No, I know what I have, but is it on me?
No, it's on me. Weird spot.
I can confirm that I had a set.
Got an open from Deeb.
I was pretty sure.
Glance at the 3-bets. So the 3-bets have sparked up.
Maybe he didn't want it.
Didn't he just call?
Thomas with jacks is going to flat the 3-bet.
Me and you, buddy.
Yeah, so you
And we got it heads up here. So we've seen some more 3-bets there. Nice. By the way, do you see how quickly Canuli folded those 10s? Saw a 3-bet from Torelli, and the 10s just like went in the muck insta. Very impressive.
I'm gonna check and make you think I don't have it.
One of the things I love about this business, and one of the reasons I love doing the World Series Poker live stream and this stream, is because we get so many different personalities in the booth. Like whether it's Stapes, and we can talk more comedy and have a good time and keep it casual, or I get somebody like Alec Torelli or Brian Rast or somebody like that in the booth, and we just talk poker and we really focus on that. It's kind of what I love about it. The freedom to go in different directions and go on tangents. And I know that's not for everybody, and then I'm sure there are some people at home that are like, stick to the poker, you asshole. But obviously, we've got a pretty broad audience, and we try to appeal to everybody.
Tuesday. It's the weirdest thing. I'm so busy. The whole poker room is jammed on Tuesday. Yeah. I get affiliated like.
So Glance bets 900 here, Thomas.
HOE. Oh, HOE. But like between Parks, Sugar House, and Harrow's, there's like 110 tables going on.
Thinking about what to do. Thomas wearing the purple shirt.
Yeah.
And he's going to let that one go.
Tough to get just
Thomas plays pretty tight from what I noticed.
the next best hand to do it.
I had you on the flop. Saw your hand.
Yeah, you think you didn't have me beat?
I said you played it great. That's all. It's so sad.
I know you had me.
Wish you had like 10K or
He had
10K.
10K for relevant. I just said you played it great.
What?
Flop top 2.
Top two? Thank God.
Playing base queen.
I had you down 3 outs, pre-flop.
I'm aware. That's why I folded. I feel like 10K.
Getting a lot of nice Twitch remarks and everything. Yeah, no, I would love to work with Stapes one day.
Clubs.
You folded?
You guys play no hands.
Your
Maybe
stack
play a
wasn't
little looser.
intimidating.
Hopefully a time will come at some point where somebody produces a TV show and hires Stapes and I. Todd, are you listening?
300.
I said sometimes, hopefully one day somebody will produce a TV show and hire Stapes and I to do it.
Yeah.
and pay us millions. Millions and millions and millions of dollars. Yes. But I would do it for free, just because the love. Hansen with kings is going to raise here. Thomas picks up jacks again. And once again, jacks are behind. At least the jacks were ahead before. Deeb was a straddle. Hansen opens under the gun, so would it be indicative of some strength, obviously. I don't think he's opening in first position with garbage. Bad flop for him, not necessarily because he's going to lose, but because he's going to kill his action. I mean, if this flop comes out like 9 deuce deuce, something like that, Hansen could have won a pretty big pot. And instead, he'll either fold the best hand or win what will probably be a small pot.
Yeah, I mean, almost, because you have an ace if he calls, too.
David Tuckman here for Poker Night in America. Run out is 6-6, and I think this will probably end up going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could actually go check bet. I don't know if Hansen's going to bet this or not.
Just the times he has aces.
He was fully.
No, actually, Thomas. I'm sorry. Thomas actually bets. This is kind of a weird bet from Thomas. He bets 800. I don't know if he knows why he's betting. And I don't mean that as a slight. But he gets Hansen to fold the best hand. I don't think, and I could be wrong, I don't think Thomas was bluffing.
Oh, you didn't hear the
I don't think Thomas is betting jacks there to get kings or queens to fold.
Out of position.
But could he get value from worse? Maybe. I mean, kind of one of those weird mergy bets where maybe he gets value from a 10 and gets kings to fold.
I legitimately don't know if you're Shaun chips on me. I can't tell you for a fact. Like
Stack Jack and says, nope, good bet, bluffing. I don't think he was bluffing.
I might fold it, fold or a bad place because he only has to fold half the time. But I'm saying, do you really think he's going to fold half the time?
I don't know, man. I never played with the guy. I thought the guy played really well.
Yeah.
Somebody else saying it was a blocker bet.
Because he told us he had 10s. I didn't think he did.
Yeah, he did.
He really did have 10s.
After he goes check, check, and then
Well,
check,
that was part of the reason I
call.
was saying is like, because
I don't think he needed to do a blocker bet, though.
Jared's free betting 100% and then he like
flatted
and trapped him.
But the fact that he was willing to do that with 10s, I knew that he might be 5-betting with hands that can't. So even if he does it 10s 15% of the time, like jacks 15% of the time, it's an like he just has too many hands that are folded.
He's a super nice guy. He's just
really well.
He just was
But here's the thing, I don't think it was a bad fold. Like you guys, I'm actually saying 450.
Oh, come on. He said it all day. I just let him say it.
I really don't think it's that bad.
He likes investing.
When I got it, I play. When I don't, I fold.
Yeah, maybe it's not bad.
I mean, that's Bart. Me and Bart discussed a lot of big hand where it's like there's plenty of spots to fold kings to me.
Yeah.
You don't get it. I get that.
I don't know.
Got a black
That wasn't
green,
one of the spots to fold kings to, though. That's clear.
No, you don't know.
It's a sick hand. I mean,
That's a good one.
If Shaun has aces, he has aces. That's the way I look at it.
I'm
that's
screwed. I tried to re-raise it to
didn't
the
like
Shaun.
the girl call in between or something?
Somebody called in between.
She called in between, right?
There was money in between, yeah. Maybe Jared did too.
No, she Samantha
Jared
applied the 500. No,
Get a raise here from Thomas.
Siegel opened 150.
Yeah.
This is an open from Cristiano.
Siegel opened to 150. It was
A raise from Thomas.
I was in the hand. I would remember. Sorry.
A 4-bet from Deeb. Action is on Cristiano. I actually think this is a pretty easy fold for him. I don't think he's deep enough to set mine. And you've got to realize that Deeb doesn't necessarily need to have a huge hand. You're not going to just automatically double up when you flop a pair of when you flop a deuce. I think that's a good laydown. Nice read here by Deeb.
You're playing great, too.
You all playing? I just I had kings.
You're playing great for the game,
Yeah, kings and queens.
You didn't fold queens.
He didn't have kings.
What do you do if I just click back there?
Fold.
Probably shove.
Yeah.
People want to fold kings. Fold other hands.
I had kings.
Who wants to straddle? I'm protecting my butt. You in there? Yes. Got him. I like you a lot now.
Do a round of straddles. How about that? We get the whole.
I mean, I'm doing it anyway.
We've been doing it. Yeah, exactly.
We've done it.
Everyone's straddled at one point. Yeah.
I've done it. Oh, that's it. Everybody's done it.
So let's just do straddles. Fuck it.
We have been. What are you talking about?
I mean, everyone's straddles.
Make it official.
No, there's. I mean, some people have not done 100% of the time.
We can
I'm
like.
saying a full
I say we
round,
just
yeah.
do the full day of straddles.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like we can make it official. So like.
Keep the peace.
Yeah. I mean, I'll do it for a little while, but
It's almost more fun when
That's
people are
understandable.
deeper though. Even though.
Well, the
straddles
straddle
is
will
fun.
get people deeper
Yeah,
quicker.
That's true.
I mean, that's what happened in other times.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that easy to take your button, Joe?
I'm a tight player. You know this. Often
It's good to straddle because then you're forfeiting king jack.
Canuli raises to 350.
Good to know for the mean, you know.
You have the Shaun Deeb.
Yeah, because that worked the
You
first time you did
just
it.
get placed in with the straddle.
You take my big blind too. Just
The funny thing is,
try
in
as
this
much
game,
as
I've
you
gotten
can.
an all-in pre-flop more in non-straddle pots than straddle pots.
You're one for one.
There's been a lot of.
We're even in all ins. I beat with ace queen versus ace king yesterday, so same thing.
Is that a straddle pot? No, yeah, that one was.
Playing 9-handed here.
Did you guys run it once?
Matt Olin
Richard Anthony in seat 1. The 888 qualifier. Won a $300
That's
tournament
why I thought he had a lot of money.
on 888 New Jersey. That turned into a $6,000 package to come here. Had a pretty good day. That's Cristiano. Dominic Cristiano in seat number 2. Obviously, he's not in this seat right now.
There was like an argument once about Matt's like everyone knows I've only right.
Had it 2 hands in a row, and then you tried.
Seat 3, Alec
Like
Torelli.
some people like
You run it twice with every
Big time cash game player. Has a lot of big
a lot
limit
of like
hold'em.
mixed games with big bets. The limit players.
Tom Canuli, the November 9er in seat 4. Matt Glantz in seat 5.
Because they're always used to limit.
Travell
Yeah,
Thomas,
exactly.
we're looking at right there.
They don't.
They're losing a larger chunk. Like it's gonna take 20 big bets to get it back.
Chip leader at the November
Or
9, Joe
whatever we have
McKeon
the cap at.
in the orange shirt. There's Shaun Deeb, and of course Bart Hansen on his left, just to the right of the dealer, wearing the CrushLivePoker.com
Yeah, I could see that.
patch.
It's good to be the guy that only does it once, because then. And they know.
Brian says, what would you recommend to buy in for? Table minimum, max, or somewhere in between? Generally speaking, if I'm playing in a game that I like playing deep stack poker, so, you know, I want to be really deep. The only times I kind of short buy, and I talked about this yesterday, the only times I'll short buy is if I don't know the players at my table. And what I'll do is I'll put a short buy in there, and I'll give the game 30 minutes to an hour or so. And then at that point, I will either reload and buy a lot more so I can play deep stack poker, or if I don't think the game is good, I'll just get up and leave. So, I mean, I think if your bankroll allows for it, and I assume if you're playing in a game, whatever game you're playing in, your bankroll would allow for it. I think if your bankroll allows it, to me, you buy into the max.
No.
And, you know, I like to have 200 big
One was good,
blinds.
one was bad.
The other card connected way more on the flop, so incorrect.
I'm not a big believer in short buys.
You're just getting out of line. You know, I went out playing that.
But I think you can't go south in a game. So let's say, you know, let's say you're playing in a 5-10 game, you don't know the players at the game, and you sit down and you want to buy in for $3,000. The problem with that, or $4,000, the problem with that is if you don't know the players you're playing against, there could be a guy on your left who's just an absolute shark who's going to make your life hell.
Middling, Broadway.
And now you can't go south.
Suited.
So I'd kind of rather figure that out while I'm short.
Just hoping it wasn't diamonds.
Well, it's not diamonds, it was clubs. Pains me.
Wendy Weissman asking if Canuli is a cash game player besides making the November 9. Yeah, that's what I hear primarily he is. He only has about 50,000 in live tournament earnings. Canuli in the center of our screen. We can kind of see the back of his head. He's in seat number 4. He's got like 52,000 in live earnings. And from what I hear, he's a live cash game player at Borgata. So Thomas raises to 350. Hansen 3 bets. Thomas calls, and I kind of like this. I like isolating Thomas. If you're going to play a hand like ace-7. The delay is 30 minutes.
13.
on the straight draw. You saw the Sanya with one flush on straight draw on the flop.
Nice aggressive play from Hansen. He takes that one down.
And right before it.
Everybody get the button, they get superpowers.
Matt, you tired, buddy? You want a coffee or something?
No, trying to wake
It's unlike you.
Want a beer?
Have a green tea. It's good for you.
You got superpowers on the 3 by street. You feel
Trying to think how we're getting rid of him.
Huh?
Trying to think how we're getting rid of him.
I think I had the best thing in the other one. So.
Good draw.
Oh, so you wanted to take that back?
Yeah,
I know that's what you was doing. You thought you had me beating the other one, so you said you're going to steal this one.
You didn't steal it. I mean, I saw your hand.
I bet a lot of people want to play.
That's how you call
Well,
it.
I'm definitely going to pick up at the break. I'll go up.
You might ace
Go with top.
Oh, you're going to do That's cool. I think that'll be really good.
Just now?
I don't think I'm not nearly as good as you guys are.
All the guys are really good. I think.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, but you're really good.
If I came anywhere near the flop, I wasn't folding.
Really?
That's why I just called.
Tuck's really good too. He's really
Let me
good.
get this straight. If
Deeb raised to 300 in his straddle
He
pot.
knows how to like lead into your skill set. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
Like a
so
gut
good
shot.
at like.
Dude, you realize how many
understanding-
hours he does at the World Series?
It's
Like,
unbelievable.
his schedule is insane. I tell him it's
He knows
the most
how to, like,
impressive.
ask the right questions to stimulate.
Yeah.
Like he's really, really good. Like seeing all the little things, when to be quiet. Like he's really good at that.
Can't get that board.
you get stacked.
When? This last hand?
Check.
You think he had that over there? He didn't have an over there last hand.
Sure beat you this time.
Of course, if I'm beat, I get snapped. That's usually how it works.
You're not good enough to fold.
Yeah.
Remember that time you tried to shit on people down there and then Shaun just re-shit on you? That was fun.
Anthony bets 500 on the Queen 8-8 rainbow board.
Jeez. That looks like it hurts.
You got a glove?
Put it in your pocket. Yeah, don't do it on the clip. Put it there. Take it up there. Put it in the out.
Son of Silly asking for a graphic with the plus minus for the players. We'll get that up for you in a little bit. I know our crew works on that, so they'll get that up at some point.
No, you watch. You click it like.
Players probably going on a break fairly soon, I assume.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that there's two different things. No problem.
Yeah, they don't believe in breaks at Poker Night in America. You get like 1 6-minute break and then like 1 21-minute dinner break.
I'm starving.
Wake me up.
I'm really, really hungry.
I've got to get a catheter. Do this.
Yeah, that's the food court.
Sorry, I probably have not shown like 70 hands because I keep thinking.
But look at this. I don't get a break to go to the bathroom, but they bring me water.
Alex, when you're dealt the cards, separate them and
Yeah,
then
I
look.
just-
Now I'm definitely going to pee my
Once you get in
pants.
that habit, it's always
Yeah,
done.
as soon as I just realized there's two different monitors, I'm good. I just keep thinking there's this one. I gotta put them like that.
Tournament today, and I kept
I'm like
you're
the one.
making it
I'm
hard
the
for
one
top.
card
Separate.
specialist.
You're waiting 5 seconds.
You're making it hard for top.
There was one hand. It was so funny where it goes like raise call.
I think this is rake
call,
free,
call,
right?
and some guy has a 10 and he only shows one.
Yeah, there's
card.
no
The other
rake.
guy's
That's the one thing. One thing that's great about the Poker Night in America, they don't take a rake. So you play in this game, there's no rake. Well, it's worth a lot of money over,
It's like we
over
don't know
16
what it
hours.
We don't know if
I
he's
hated it yesterday
bluffing
when
or
somebody
if
was
he's
only
not.
like both their cards weren't on your screen. It was made it so much harder for you.
Oh yeah, the Twitch rail was very corrective of that. Because there's so many times where we get the graphics
By the way, if you're not
wrong,
sick of my
and
voice,
then we're like talking about
I
strategy or whatever.
I
and
do a
they're, like, watching
podcast
action on the game, and, like,
called
we get
Under the
betting
Gun,
action, like, completely wrong.
where I
Usually
interview.
Tuck's really good. but
Generally, I
think the
interview
betting
some
action
interesting
wrong,
poker
so-
players
like that.
in the industry.
We're, like, berating
At least I
people
like to think they're
for
interesting.
action.
Occasionally, I'll go off topic and talk to a fantasy football guy or something like that. A couple of weeks ago, I talked to Mike Clay of Pro Football Focus. But I've had Jared Blesnick on. I've had Shaun Deeb on.
Mr. Hansen trying to outplay the team.
I've had David Baker on. Brian Rast. Max Steinberg I've had on as well. But you can check that out. Check that out. Under the Gun podcast. It's free.
But it's really, really fun.
And I do that
Well, that's why I
weekly
like the idea of you guys
over at
playing for an hour, then doing
crushlivepoker.com.
commentary the hour
So you can
play,
check that
and it's
out.
like, oh, I can't believe he had
Let
that.
me know what you
Like,
think.
It would be kind of cool.
Oh, it would be cool if
Yeah.
And let me know who you want me to get.
it was like 2 hours.
Well, we were
At
trying
some
to get a
point, I'm
longer
going to try to
delay,
get
but
Joe
it wouldn't
McKeon.
work. Yeah.
And
So you
then
could play get a feel for the
everybody
table.
rotated in and did the commentary. That would be cool. Are these streams archived? Does anybody
Yeah, they're archived on the website.
On
Yeah.
Twitch stuff.
The few people asked,
Some
asked
of
me
them
about it.
on YouTube.
Yeah. But usually it's not the whole episode on YouTube. It's usually like a clip.
At fours. Nice.
pocket's so big.
You called the turn, right?
Yeah. Not the hand I expected him to have when he was betting the turn.
What was the turn, Jack?
King.
Stuff you'll never learn in your life, man.
Spearmint 5-5 asking, says
that.
Turning
He's
Stone is a
very
few
confident.
hours from away from New York City. Yes,
But
it is.
this guy-
We're just outside. We're pretty close to Syracuse. Trying to think of the major city in the area. It's pretty close to Syracuse, so about 4.5 hours from New York City.
Yeah.
1,
2.
2 hours from Albany, an hour and a half from Albany, so to
Yeah,
speak.
Miami the last time of the night.
I just remember you were all in a few times. I don't remember if you ended up winning or losing.
Yeah, he wasn't ahead any of them. But
Somebody asking for Brian Hastings. See if I can get him on the podcast. Yeah, I know Brian. I'll see if I can get him on there. In terms of buy-ins, by the way, guys, Anthony in seat number 1, he's in the game for the most. He's in for $45K. Cristiano just in for 5. Torelli 13. Canuli 20. Glantz is in for $15K. Thomas just 6. McKeon just 10. Deeb is in for 20, and Hansen is in for 14. Hansen raising to $300. Torelli 3 bets to $1,200. Back over to Hansen,
more than that.
trying to ask exactly how much he has.
It's like 11.
Yeah, I think I had 11. I got all these incorrectly stacked black chips. This is 10. So I got 11 behind. So I started with 12.
Hansen's never folding this, just a question of whether he wants to flat with the queens or whether he wants to 4-bet. Anthony gets out of the way and it's heads up. You can see Hansen a 4-1 favorite as we go to the flop. Hansen had kings and the ace popped. Now he's got queens in the ace flops. Torelli's actually got some showdown value here with a pair of 3s. Pot's 2,800. That's in the top left corner of your screen. Torelli's going to bet 1,100. Hansen calls. Oh, wow, what a turn. Torelli turns to pair. Hansen can really beat nothing. Can't beat diamonds. He doesn't have the queen of diamonds in his hand. Can't beat the ace. Torelli's setting up the shove on the river. At this point, hoping Hansen's got a big ace. And hoping that he gets sticky. We can see that's not the case, though. And my guess is that Hansen will be forced to fold. But he's cutting out chips, and he's going to make this call. Pot now over $11,000. Hansen looking for an ace, a 9, or a queen. Instead, it's the 6 of hearts. Pot's $11,475. Hansen checks once again. And I imagine Torelli will shove this. And he does. He was setting that up. Build the pot up a little bit for himself.
Are we getting pizza?
Torelli moves all in for $7,000. And a quick laydown by Hansen.
Nobody ever believes it.
Huh?
Good.
I believe you.
I didn't believe you that hand.
I just believe you as well.
Matt can confirm I believe you.
2 believers. 3 believers. He folded.
He might not have had a hand to call with, though. He could have just had king high.
Yeah, typical check call twice. King high.
It's possible. It's crush live poker, float opposition, no pair, no draw. Turn a draw.
Pick up the,
No plan on the river.
The plan is always to get there. Very key plan.
Hansen down to about $11,000. He's in the game for 14, so he's down about 3,100. Our big winner, Canuli, is in the game for 20. He's up 12.
You had it, buddy.
Might have had it.
I think he is the big winner today.
Can't get that button up, can you? 300.
Not versus these
Not when
stuff.
Shaun doesn't straddle.
Can't give that 25 up, can you?
Nope.
Can't give the 50 up.
I got Chevelle's 300 in there.
See, dude, I need a seat change. I can't even freaking play.
13.50.
Oh, jeez.
Act before I look at his hands. You don't get a read on me.
Thank you.
Can't even play freaking hands, man.
What you got left there, Matty?
Nice hand there, buddy.
What you got left?
I just want to save this in case you shove.
I know. I'm going to make it a 3,900. All right, I call.
You got to slow roll so I can tip him.
I don't think I'm mad, though.
I'm trying to set up your slow roll,
All right, I
buddy.
call.
You're terrible at this.
Sorry. Queen 9 of spades. I just wanted to see the flop. Can't see the flop at all.
At least show one card each. Come on.
Nah, because it might come. It'll
We
be
gotta
more
see
fun.
something.
8-high flop.
I'm gonna be
Glance
king
all
high.
in.
That's a pair.
McKeon did make the call.
Way ahead.
Glance gambling once again. He likes to
No
do it.
longer ahead.
And unfortunately for him, he's way
I
behind.
don't think you can win yet.
You guys ace queen again.
I don't think you can win.
Ace-10 is going to be good here.
You're drawing dead with one card.
And Glance now losing another
Alex, you missed
5,000.
Matt showed one card, was drawing dead.
Oh, he put on a suit jacket. Oh.
You look good.
What kind of shoes? You still got the same shoes?
Where'd you borrow that?
What?
One of the restaurants here?
Alan, I need money.
Oh no.
King
Okay.
Just give him a 5 up the table.
You just play 5
Good
behind.
luck, guys.
Or, well, you owe me 8, right?
Yeah, I'll go to the
Thank you.
cage,
Yeah.
and I'll just give you my money while I'm gone because it's like your money that I'm taking.
Here you want 5,000 now?
Run
I'll play
good,
5
Doc.
behind. Whatever.
Well,
I'll
should
give you
reduce.
8K.
We should reduce how many people are playing
right?
behind.
I'm gonna play
So let
8K
me
behind.
give him 5. It's easier if I'm just 10 behind. Then, like,
Okay.
it's simpler for the table if you have only one person behind.
Yeah.
So that way, it's easier for the bigger stacks. That's the best way
Is it
to do it.
okay? Because if I have to go to the cage, I will.
Well, I mean, just
I can
when
wait an
we go
hour.
on the break, yeah.
I will, 100%.
Yeah.
I have plenty to grab.
Anybody hungry for some almonds?
I'll have a
Surprising that
few,
Joe won the
actually.
flip, right?
I have some walnuts.
very
too,
surprised.
I'm surprised that I had to wait till the turn. It was bullshit.
Nuts are like by far the best thing.
I run like that. I'm just trying to
Joe,
see
do you understand I'm like
Queen
setting up a slow roll
Maybe
for
it's
you?
oil.
And like
No, I
Because
don't.
I
That's
don't
the
think
problem.
I'm
that's
the
what I'm
How do you figure that out?
We got 2 bets.
and I'm like giving him a good opportunity to get a good slow roll.
Oh, I forgot I stacked lanes. I got to tip it.
Yep.
No.
Shit, I'll walk over there in a second.
Oh, new dealer?
Yeah.
It's like,
They can give it. It's you guys are pooling, right?
Oh, are you pulling?
Yeah.
Oh, here you go.
do I have to post, yes?
No.
Shaun,
Yep.
this is your fault for not giving me that seat and giving me this seat.
Strategies.
It's all your fault.
No rake, no posting.
I wouldn't have walked on here.
Just don't abuse
You
it.
would've folded me.
You go to the bathroom every
You want to raise today?
No, I wouldn't have raised this, bro.
Coming back every
Just
button.
like
Gotcha.
Because he's gunning for you, so he raised it.
You were going to fold anyway. You made nothing with the queen nine.
vegetables is
You
like the
lost the
worst
max,
thing.
you're going to lose
besides
anyway.
hydrogen.
No, I'm talking
feel
about, I wanted yours the other day. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't have doubled up on it.
Much as I would love to do it again.
What would they?
They use like corn oil,
He has 5,000.
soybean oil, or they use canola oil.
I wonder why that tasted so good compared to like the random like Wegmans organic and the thing.
Yeah. And they also like fry them, which heats the oil really high, and it oxidates and it becomes like cancerous for your body. Check. Not like you're gonna get cancer if you have it. It's just like
Now I don't want to even know.
not good to
I'm
have.
just kidding.
No.
Alex just always makes you feel like a piece of shit, whatever you're eating.
Well, I mean, I'm eating them too. It's the best option. I'm just saying, if you could buy nuts without oil.
You a good eater? Do you eat pork?
Pork?
600.
No meat?
Try not to, no.
You don't eat chicken?
I try not to, no.
Oh, we can't hang out, buddy.
Of course you like chicken butter.
Of course I like chicken. God,
We're gonna
can't
go
eat
to
a
the
good
chicken
piece of
place.
fried chicken, man.
We're going to go downstairs to the chicken place.
I just don't like
Yeah.
fried food.
That's where I
If
want
I
I
eat
really
chicken,
try not to eat fried food, but
I
fried
just
chicken,
don't like it.
can't.
It's not like a
What's wrong
sacrifice
with
for me.
you?
I
Can't
just
not
generally
eat
don't
fried
like it.
chicken.
I feel
grew
bad
up
when I
on
eat
it.
it.
Yeah, I think
Hence Ted's fish fry.
Yeah, I think you not eat fried chicken.
I just feel bad.
I'm from Philly.
That's
We fry
probably
it
the second
before
best
we
looking
put it
person
out.
player at the table.
Take a look at the leaderboard here. So Deeb in for 20. He's up 9,000. McKeon in for 20. He's up 3. I'm sorry, McKeon's actually in for 10. So he's actually up 13. My bad. Cristiano, by the way, our 888 qualifier, was in for 5,000, so he's up $2,600. Glant's our big loser so far, as he's stuck about $15,000.
Twitch stream, clearly.
Did you guys hear that conversation?
Oh.
No.
We're trying to get Sam to rate everyone on looks or who she would sleep with.
No, we did not say that.
Yeah, no, that was the original thing was who would you sleep with?
yeah,
And then
little-
then Tali said, well, wait, then Tali had,
little derogatory.
Alec, you had the best one. He's like, well, how many would you sleep with? Like, it's obviously multiple. I was like, you don't realize how that's way more offensive.
What's the
She
little
was
girl
really
that was in
wrong.
here?
Yeah.
Like it's
She got it
Did
down
she do
to.
anything?
kind of unfair to put her in that.
Oh, is there no straddle this time?
He tricked you, buddy.
Oh, well.
The old book.
There's no straddle this time.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was really impressive. I thought there was a
straddle too.
Basically, just never want to heat.
Unbelievable.
And then when they make them with these, they like heat them to get it to bind.
Ace, Queen, 4, both players with the same hand.
It's not like they just take
McKeon free rolling.
They
He
fry
could be a
them.
dietitian, I can tell.
Probably helps
You look
with
at all the
salt
ingredients on
I
the back.
used to be really like more.
This is November 9er versus November 9er. McKeon in position.
I just forgot about it. Like if you don't read it recently, it's like I forget exactly why everything happens the way it does.
You're a lean guy. I can lose 20 pounds here. 20 pounds.
Well, you got a lot more muscle than me, so it's a trade-off.
I weigh like 210, bro.
210.
I'm like obese. Legally.
Yeah, but you have a lot of muscle, so
BMI is not the best judge of.
yeah.
The doctor said I was obese. Morbid obese.
Your
You said your
cholesterol
sense
level's
of
high?
humor is
That's
more.
much more.
It's a little bit.
Yeah.
That's natural. My whole family cholesterol is high. My whole race cholesterol is high. All black people got high cholesterol.
And vitamin D deficiency. It's
I
harder
don't
for it's
know
harder
what
for
that is.
vitamin D. It's absorbed by the sun. So if you
The
take your
bluff
vitamin D count, it's like
Only was a
likely
bluff, though.
deficient because it's harder for
You
people
saw
with
vitamin
darker skin to absorb vitamin D. That's why a lot of
Black people used to say.
it's easier for
Dark skin.
dark
The
skin people.
darkies.
The blacks.
serious.
The blacks.
You should check your vitamin D levels.
How do I check my vitamin D level, bro? How do I get it down?
Blood.
How do I get the vitamin D level down?
No, you gotta get it up. You gotta get it up. So
Yours
take a
is probably
vitamin D
low.
supplement.
Yeah, you
Just like take like
well, you
a
sit in the
multi.
sun. Yeah, you take vitamin
You
D3.
want me to sit in the sun?
I don't sit in the sun because I don't want to get. I
Yeah,
don't want my
I think I need a
Protect
tan.
your straddle.
skin to
bud.
get bad.
Or
But
protect your straddle.
I just
Shaun.
take vitamin D.
Protect your
Oh,
blood.
straddle.
Yes, no?
Oh,
Straddle?
sure.
Straddle.
Vitamin D.
Alec, you're next.
Over
So leave
the
the
counter.
100 out
Oh
there.
yeah.
I can get that over the counter, vitamin D.
Yeah. Vitamin D3. Take like 2,000 IUs a day. Measure your blood levels first. 'Cause maybe you're not deficient. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But,
Sound like a dietitian.
I mean, it's like $20 to do. $10, you know, so it's worth doing.
Get rewarded for the straddle.
Come on. Trust
We're
me,
all
the
rooting for
entire
you.
table is not rooting for Matt.
Matt's not even ready. Oh, you should do that and call.
That's what Fish Cake was doing yesterday almost. I mean, he would call and then show you the
Vitamin
card,
D
but-
deficiency.
I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong.
I just learned something new.
No, thank you.
I take a PG, honey.
That's usually your pickup
Yeah,
line.
could I have one as well, please?
Those are money for me. Covers both of us.
Yeah, I got mine measured.
I
I
got
was
the
like
next one, all right?
10 points below the range.
Oh, you taking them? Hey, that give us 200.
I don't spend any time in the sun, so it's not surprising. But
Yeah, I learned about that stuff a lot with
Can I get
newborn. They're
450
like,
change?
depending on what time of year they're born, they're like, they might have them take supplements, like take them outside for like 5 minutes a day, like keep them in the shade, but just let them get something. Because like a lot of infants, that happens to them.
yeah, especially depending on where you live. Like
Yeah.
if you live in Philly in
He's
the
the wine
winter,
guy. He hasn't eaten.
Like,
He can't
You want
do
wine?
it.
Sure. Watch this here.
you almost have to
Ah,
supplement.
we'll order a bottle after the break. You brought me. I know what I want. I don't need the list. Thank you. I'm just kidding.
Oh, we bet a bottle. We
You're
bet a
kidding that you
bottle of
don't know
wine,
what
a
you
glass of wine, and I bet that he would fold kings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm owed a glass of wine. Now that you mention that, tuck him in
Got
the
it.
booth.
At what minute during the hand did you guys make the bet? Because I'm sure for the
After
first
he
3
said
minutes.
He had two kings. You guys said he said it in the.
He said it
immediately?
right. Yeah.
And
He
I
said
was
like
like-
Shaun knows what I have, aces or kings, like,
Okay.
and then he didn't call. So
Yeah, I think it was like after that we proposed it, and then we talk
Yeah.
about it, and then we. No, 30 seconds after that.
You did get to see the
As soon as he
right?
said that you knew he had king, I was like, wow, okay, he might actually fold it.
Yeah.
That's when I
bad beat
realized
for
he wasn't slow rolling you. He wasn't like inducing you to shove or something. I was like, okay, well.
Him folding kings is the reason you lost yesterday. You would have won. if you
Yeah, I
folded
would've-
kings.
Would you guys ran it out and you would have won?
Yeah, and
They
Samantha
ran
folded
You ran
king.
it twice, right?
Yeah, probably for him I would have ran twice.
Yeah, because if you run it once and he's like, I mean, unless you
Yeah, the money's never back.
unless
Well,
you just say like you don't care.
well, I ran him once, a couple times. I was just like,
Were you running it twice though? You're chopping a lot there.
Refit.
When she
Yeah.
folds a king.
well, I mean, I don't know. Like,
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, but
you
if
didn't
you-
know that, but if you do run it twice there, you're gonna chop a lot.
If he would have said, if I call, can we run it twice? You would have definitely said no.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
um,
I would say no for sure.
but I feel like if I say no, he should call. But I don't know if he's on that
I don't
level.
think- I don't think
That I would have thought about. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
At that
no.
point, I'm just gonna make him like sweat it out for whatever whatever his money is important to him. I mean, you're not getting off that easy.
well, I didn't know he was getting picked up as well. But I knew he was getting picked up. Then like, it's kind of like the that hand.
He wasn't getting picked up.
The
He
big
didn't
game.
know. He
Oh,
just,
he didn't know.
He volunteered.
Okay. Well, I think he realized he was scared money at that point, and he was happy to get picked up.
We really wanted him to stay and see what would have happened after that. I think it would have been interesting to see.
You showed him the ace king?
Yeah, I mean,
He asked them in the middle of the hand we show.
no, he didn't ask.
I did.
No. I was just gonna show him. I would show if I had aces, ace king, fuck fours. Like I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Like, I show my hand a lot. I don't really
Yeah,
care.
yeah, yeah. It's not. When you
Different
agree
than him.
that you're going to show, it's not really a tell.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think I answered the question. I don't think he
Yeah.
asked me.
No, but I mean, even if you said yes, it's like, oh, okay, well, you showed me anyway.
Yeah, I show the bluffs I show when I have it.
What hand did you say it was like?
Cristiano checks
Oh,
his
no, me and Bart
tens.
played a hand this summer
Oh, okay, I wasn't there.
where there was a lot of discussion of whether he should have folded kings pre-flop to my aces.
You actually had it?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I know, everyone's so shocked. It was in pot limit hold'em 300 blinds deep. Like,
Oh, okay.
Still.
So you played a tournament.
yeah. And he was the first one to go out of the tournament. When the next biggest stack was like 32,000 or 30K
Oh, wow.
starting.
Didn't you almost get busted out right after that? Too?
I went down to 20,000. Yeah, I lost a bunch of, like, I had a really active table. Like,
How'd you do?
Kerry Katz and Andy Filchek were there, so there's a lot of big pots being played with marginal hands.
Guys pointing out on Twitch, that's the 5th time McKeon has
Did you
picked
go
up
out of
ace
the
king.
series with aces? Was that-
McKeon really hasn't gotten out of line today, and that's one of the
I didn't
reasons
go out, I
why.
got, like, crippled
Sometimes,
for tripling pot.
if you pick up a lot of premium hands,
Well, I always tell people
you notice a player not getting out of
The worst
line
part
because it's
about
one of
that
those
hand
things
was
where
I'm very good
they
friends
don't
with
want to
Ben
play
Lamb,
more than,
swap.
say,
We
22 to
swapped in everything that
26% of the
summer, it was
hands.
crushed. So we were going to swap 5 when we kept having
And
different stack sizes.
if they're
So I
picking
won
up
that
so
all
many
in going into- It was
premiums,
a hand before break.
a lot of times
I would
that'll
text them,
account
we would have the
for,
same stack
You were
size.
like on day 3 then?
you know,
It was,
20%,
started day 3.
17%. So it just puts you in a position where
God.
So that cost
you
me a lot
know
of
that if
equity.
you open more
We
than
made good
that,
TVs,
your
but
opponents
it
are
was
already
good for poker. I'll always be known as that guy.
suspicious that maybe you're
Now
getting
I'm
out of
known
line.
for the Mattisau hand, so just keep trying to one up.
What hand's this?
The Mattisau slow roll one that was on this show.
He was really
Oh no, I gotta see it.
Oh, you haven't seen that one? Oh man.
Cannuli bets with top pair.
That was the
Cristiano
original
put to the
slow
test
roll.
here.
Oh no, I'm gonna YouTube it.
He was literally really upset.
Yeah. Shocking Mattisau got upset.
He's such a classic
It's like, oh man,
person
Phil
to
Hellmuth took a
slow.
beat and complained. Yeah, real surprise.
He's like an epic person to slow roll on this show.
I don't understand how anyone
Called
that
you so
like
many names.
cares about poker hasn't seen that hand.
I don't know. I'm so bad with those sorts of things.
Yeah, I thought from this show, because we talked about that on the Philly show. Thought you knew it.
I know. I'm so bad. All right. I'm gonna make up for that now. Hang on. It's just epic that you flop quads.
Did you see the hands
Out of
before
that
it?
No, I'm just
Okay.
so happy that you flop quads right now.
Oh, you don't know, but before that hand, he lost like a 30K pot, misreading a straddle. Like an open raise, I'm thinking it was a straddle, and he got in queens, like, whereas Tom Snyder's aces for like 30K, like 15K each, when he was like up a bunch in the game. And this is the exact hand.
Cristiano raising
That's
here
what
with
made it great.
tens.
Brutal. You did it right then. I couldn't do that. I don't think.
Interesting raise.
Glance is the first person.
I mean, you could certainly make arguments for raising. I could definitely make arguments for just calling.
Gotta wait for the
But I think if you're raising with
don't spoil it.
tens to fold to a re-raise,
I think the other VIP room was better at playing.
it's a mistake.
Yeah, we thought we were gonna be there again.
What I did was this.
Pop it in, we can run it twice.
Ooh, levels.
I mean, if you're raising here to try to kind of like get your opponent to commit with a worse hand because maybe they think you have clubs, something along those lines.
I don't know. The tournament's usually downstairs.
Don't they have like events here in the summertime?
Oh, you whispered.
And Canuli just folds. The 8, nice laydown by Canuli.
So wait, Matt is yelling across the table to Greg. He's like, FBT, FBT. He's slow rolling. Like, and Mattisau's in his cove and cannot hear it. Everyone at the table knows except for Mattisau and Christy. I think Christy didn't know what was going on.
You guys can't get us that? I don't know. I think you guys are gonna pay, right?
You should have waited to the river to show him. Like, I call.
Oh no, it was. I did plenty on the turn.
Yeah, no, I saw. This is classic.
She said 3.
And this is when we were like showing cards, so there would be like no holding it.
Straddle.
Not bad. An ace club with it.
300.
If it's 100 to have something brought up at 4.
Yeah, y'all gonna cover it, right?
I'd be surprised.
Both of us gonna cover it?
Does that matter to you? Can you not afford to take like
Straddle here from Glance. Deeb raises with ace-jack suited. Glance is going to at least call this. Who knows? These guys can get it all in pre-flop, the way they play.
Bro, you don't supposed to be cheating.
Sorry, king-queen offsuit. Once again, this is David Tuckman for Poker Night in America, the cash game. 25.50 blinds with a $100 optional straddle, which seems to be in more often than not. Players buy in anywhere from 5,000 to 20,000. Richard Anthony, our big loser so far in seat number 1, stuck about $30,000. Glance is going to 3-bet.
Oh, there's a queen dead. I'm against 2 queens.
Oh, that's right.
And they're all in, and it's a call. Ace-jack versus king-queen.
Jack.
There's a king.
Come on, king of diamonds.
How do you have 2 queens with a dead queen?
I didn't even know there was a dead queen. I didn't see that.
Really?
Yeah, Travell exposed
I
under the gun.
I didn't see it.
I said I had an ace of club with
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, no.
I know he's got queens. You have queens, you win.
I don't have queens.
Then you have a flush.
You moved on. I don't have queens, I swear.
You have a flush then.
No, I do not have a flush. Tommy, do I have a flush? I don't have a flush.
I just have a jack.
Okay. You're probably gonna win.
I got anything good for once.
Mike's still
I got queens. You got it in with a dead queen. That is so bad.
Yeah, it does.
Is this where you get up and leave now, Matt?
You had to wait longer. You gotta let the bottomers get shipped to
I mean, how is there a dead queen?
you gotta
He
let
gets in
that
with
pot
king
get
queen.
him shipped.
Not very soft. What?
He wanted me to let you get sip the pot, but that would be too obvious.
I mean, you were too happy with your hand that I knew I did not win. Like, it was,
No, but I didn't know if you had 3 jacks. That was the problem.
That's true.
You got anything good?
Take a look at the chip counts here. Canuli up 12,000. McKeon up 12,000 as well.
Great if you had king
yeah,
jack.
the
Deeb up
reslow
about,
roll.
well, Deeb just lost 5K, so he's down, probably down 2,000 on the day now. Glance just doubles up there, still down about 4K in a day. Hansen down about 3,700. Cristiano up 4,600.
Wow.
Thomas down about 3,000. So nope.
Well, you would have just flat it free.
We have basically one player who's down a lot, and that's Anthony. Anthony's down about $30,000. You are watching Poker Night in America. We're in Turning Stone, New York. Well, we're in Verona, New York, at Turning Stone Resort and Casino.
That would have been a more interesting hand for you guys to play with.
I used to come here when I was in college in upstate New York. Haven't been back here in many years.
That's literally the guy that juices up the game, gets even, and leaves.
Max buy-in is 20K.
Sorry, I thought you were holding. You kind of.
I want to move it.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry about that. You like moved the cards and I didn't realize
really
you
good
put it
one
in.
time.
My bad.
I can see what's flipped, but
I'm just emotional.
Like playing in that side of the
I think that's a good spot. Last time I checked.
What are you doing?
I mean, I don't know the math.
Little booger here.
I think I'm favorite.
Against me?
Ace king of clubs versus king jack of diamonds.
Compared to Joe's life. This is my life,
Yeah.
and this is Joe's life.
Okay. Bye, baby.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know the math exactly, but
Well, I mean, Matt, diamonds are better than clubs. That's a proven Nevada
when
state
Joe's
law.
rooting for diamonds, diamonds are definitely better than clubs.
Ace, queen,
Right
8.
now, there's 2 diamonds and 1 club. There's
Pair
a
of
reason.
8s here for Anthony. Cannuli
Hey, what's your wife's name?
She's got
with the gutter.
Yeah.
Checks around.
With the
What's her name again?
But isn't it something like if they're
Here, let me
under
see the baby.
it doesn't
I'll
count?
walk out with
I don't quite understand the check by Cristiano with ace king.
Two yellows even
I mean, it
though,
checked to him. He checked it back.
I think it's anyone under 18.
There's a small difference.
I mean, I'm all for kind of
can't take him
mixing
to a
up your
bar,
play a
like-
little bit. I just don't know on a wet board
There's
like
a weird
that.
like Nevada law we found out about.
like why? Like if
I'm
they're
glad
under
Tommy
like
I mean, essentially, when I'm asking myself if I want to bet or not, I'm just thinking, okay, well,
I don't know. We just wouldn't say
can
it.
I get called by worse?
This one-
Can I get better to fold?
How oblivious.
I think clearly on an
Well, there's
ace,
actually
queen,
Nevada,
8,
they
2-diamond
can
board,
stop
you can
it.
get
Just giving you all this money.
you can
to
get
As long as you're
a worse
breastfeeding,
hand
you
than
can go
yours.
wherever you go.
That the
There's
way
like
you're playing.
a weird law that we
You're
found
not
out
the
about.
first.
What?
You're not the first to assume that.
Wonder why.
How did you get any cutie kids?
Because you're awful at
I mean,
When's the last time you got anything?
earlier on, there was a hand where Cristiano checked back aces, and I thought that was a different spot. It was a heads up versus Anthony.
But yesterday.
Wow, and he checks back the ace king again. Yeah, Cristiano's in lockdown.
Yeah, but of all the
You
times
can
we've
kind of
done
tell.
it, and this
I thought maybe he was checking it back to kind of just
I got in good
disguise the
place
strength
in
of his hand, under-rep his hand, get some value on a later straight. But
First one was a flip.
I think he's locked up by a $5,000 win, and he's really happy. And you know what? If you don't normally play these stakes, I have no problem with that. I don't make judgments on like somebody else's finances. You never know.
And then I got it in.
It was a fake flip though.
All summer I cover the World Series of Poker, and I see players fold their way up the ladder
Then I got it in like ace
to make
10
an extra
king jack,
20,000,
also in that
30,000,
tournament.
100,000, whatever it
Ace
might
10
be.
king
And
jack was your
hey,
second double up.
to each their own.
I just remember having.
You know, we play for the money. We play to make money.
No, you had the.
And you got to realize
had
Cristiano was
ace
on a
jack
$300 free. I mean,
once, and you
he
didn't
got
go
in this
back
for
then.
$300.
You
So
had king jack versus
I'm
ace 10.
looking at this
And ace king versus ace jack.
everything in front of him is basically profit.
We had the 3 all-ins in an orbit. The third one was the one you were ahead on.
What was the hand?
The ace king ace jack.
But I think if I'm going to be playing that way, I'll probably just get up and leave.
40 blinds, right?
30 blinds.
Call it a
button,
day.
Small blind. Yes, ridiculous. The 3-bet call ace jack.
In 100K.
Yeah, that should matter.
I know there's a show.
I mean, it just does matter. That's all.
Just contemplating if I look, if they folded me or not.
It's just because it's 100. If it was a
I mean, I'll tell you this: if I'm at the table and I know that
Similar amount of yourself in the
a
100K
player
versus
is in
5K.
lockdown and they booked a win and they want to leave a winner,
No.
you can bet your ass that I'm going to be doing my best to try to punish that player.
I don't want to waste time.
Nice toss.
And I want to see let's see if McKeon picks that up.
I'm not a professional. Guess I'm not gonna
So I
waste
use
time
5,
again.
right? I use 10. I use 10. He owes me 8. So
I hope you trust that those are the right
And he owes
chips.
me 5.
Well, they
But
could
I have
only-
10 behind
I
on the
owe
table.
13 when I
Yeah.
put out. So. Too bad.
So why don't we
Pairs
just
gonna win.
switch
I
it?
thought I was winning. Oh, queen 10.
Alex,
Okay, you're right.
you owe me the whole
not pretty.
13,
Okay,
and
fine.
then Matt owes me 2.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah,
How long is our break?
it'll be long enough to go there.
You would have.
We get lost a lot.
I've noticed that
I would
sometimes
order-
actually you can
order
if you're
room
paying
service.
attention in live poker, you can really you
Joe
can
was
pick some
trying to
great
order,
spots.
yeah.
There's some of these like live intangibles we'll call them, where you see a player kind of
I
like
made a pair on there and thought for sure I'm winning.
make a comment about how he's leaving in 30 minutes and he finally got unstuck.
You can order room service, yeah.
Or, you know, he's psyched because he hasn't won, he hasn't booked a win in
If you bet 50, I would have just been like, here.
2 weeks and he's finally got a win.
Diner in the tavern.
And if you know that guy is like up a little bit,
no, that's a free
you can put a
The best
lot
place
of
to go
pressure
is
on that
actually the
kind of player.
tavern right out here. No, we should go to the tavern that's right out these doors. Order from there and then have
And my impression is that Cristiano is not
We can walk
looking
there,
to
'cause
play a
literally
big
right
pot
across
unless
the-
he is nutted.
Yeah, exactly. And then I can pick it up on the way.
Again, though,
Hey, Joe,
I'll
can you have the
reiterate it.
tavern menu?
I'm not
Place
making
an
a
order there
judgment
for
on the
us?
guy.
Thank you.
You know, if you don't normally
we can
play
just walk
stakes
over there.
this high,
No, so it's here at 4 o'clock.
it's a lot of money. We're talking about the guy's got $10,000 in front of him.
Like it's yeah, it's the restaurant when you go upstairs by the escalator.
I know you want to right now.
Someone's gonna pick it up for us, right?
Let's have it waiting on the table.
Oh, you mean sit? Oh, you mean sit there and
Yeah.
eat? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna run to the cage, then come back and I'll eat.
Yeah.
After.
You know, we saw it later yesterday with Ruddock as well. Ruddock folded kings, and he even said, he goes, you know, if I was playing in a smaller game, this is a big pot for me. This is a lot of money for me. And
a shame, though, but
if I was
the
playing in a
other
smaller
really good
game, I don't think I'm
player
ever
is
folding the
they come
kings.
Awesome. Yeah, they closed the room.
And he decided not to come back after the dinner break because he felt like it was affecting his game. And I think a lot of players will play differently
Like nothing really.
if they're playing too small
I had kings.
You didn't get dealt in
for their
by-
bankroll, or if they're playing too large for their bankroll.
You missed your button for the second time.
And both can be equally as bad in different ways.
There's all these black screens you blend right in.
You really didn't see me. That shiny old boy.
Yeah, stop giving Glance 2 buttons.
Oh no, that was a different hand. We're talking about the hand against him. It was like ace 9, ace 9 3, yeah, 4 6.
The diamond run out. So you had a low flush.
To the 5.
We're playing a little bit short-handed here. I mean, not terribly short-handed, but we got a few walkers. And I think that's something when you're playing poker you want to pay attention to, because the game does play a little bit different. I mean, if you're playing 9-handed and 3 guys get up and suddenly you're 6-handed or 7-handed, whatever it might be, the game's going to play a little bit different. You know, you can open up a little bit lighter. If you have any questions for me, you can tweet me at Tucker on Sports. I want to thank our sponsors, of course, CrushLivePoker.com. Check it out. The best site specifically for live poker training. Giant Sunflowers.
Were you in the college?
DraftKings, of course. Football season rapidly approaching.
It's always in Philly.
Yeah. Yingling is like.
And of course, 888 Poker. Yingling. Local beer. I've been drinking a lot of Yingling. Yingling, PBR.
That's my dad's favorite.
Sam Adams and Yingling were like the only non-Budweiser beers for the longest time.
All right, who needs to see the menu?
That's it.
That's what we share.
It's a tavern. I've been there like 6 times already. I'm over it.
Oh, you've been to 6 times since you've been here?
We're ordering food, so we'll get it for the break.
325, right? Yep.
You need help?
They don't have like chicken tenders.
I'm trying to lose 50
They have mac and
pounds.
cheese. That's healthy.
Trevin Stone says, PBR, you are a hipster. I am very far from a hipster.
They don't have a lot of chicken.
They have meatloaf. That's not bad.
I drink PBR because my 75-year-old father-in-law
If you want cheese,
buys it by the case and it's there at the camp.
steakhouse,
So we drink it on the lake.
best drink I've had in a long time.
We're on fire for the steakhouse.
Drinking a little bit of the Saranac, which is a local.
Bring it down.
Decent.
It's not even open.
We're drinking so much in the lake, though. It kind of all kind of really like lighter beers.
He doesn't. He just cooks
Can't
like
drink
it.
some of the heavy ones that I really enjoy when I'm back in LA.
You can order now, and then we'll have the food ready.
All right, yeah, okay.
Mike, you still in?
We're playing 25-50 blinds.
Half hours on the list.
Who's gonna? We have to write it down.
$100 optional straddle. Torelli outflops Hansen, way ahead of him here. Not only does he have a pair of 8s, but he's got a flush draw. Hansen with very little equity, as you can see. He needs a jack that is not a diamond. He's got 2 outs.
T-Meister needs some cards.
So I'm getting up. I'm quitting at 4. to go to the booth.
Rim Dog Poker says, drinking PBR on the Tuckman compound in the woods. Yeah, very much. That is the case.
Volunteer to have anybody go out.
One thing I did do, I got to tell you, if you've never done this, it's pretty cool. I went tubing
Random draw.
on the Battenkill River, which basically is you take a rubber tube,
And I'm stuck.
like a heavy-duty rubber tube, and you basically sit in it, and you float down a river drinking beer.
That should always be the thing.
It's about a 2.5-hour float down the river,
Cards,
and you float down and you drink beer. Did that with my wife and her family.
But he wasn't that
No,
tight.
he wasn't that tight.
If you've never done it, highly
He
recommend
stayed
it.
playing every hand.
Siegel was actually playing
He had
hands.
2
Travell was
different gears.
pretending.
Yeah.
The first, before dinner break, he was like totally
You,
different
the
than
hand I
after dinner
played, you
break.
wouldn't play none of them.
He changed it up a lot.
Yeah, and you played the 2 times you had Jacks. You played them both great, buddy.
So,
Yeah. That's
where
what I
is
was
it?
saying. I didn't know what.
They're ordering food. Or did you order pizza?
We just induced him. I can't believe I'm not making it 1200 in the dark. I can't believe I'm looking.
Oh, okay. Because they're ordering like room service.
Jacks against him. I folded the best hand. I mean, I folded the good hand.
Okay.
Yeah, you played that one great.
Another straddle here, Thomas with the ace-jack.
So just
He
order
raises
beer.
to 350.
Came out ace 10 6 tonight.
I'm not wearing the jacket?
Bet the turn, bet the river. I'm like, yes, fuck that. Must have, right?
Yeah, we thought he had the best.
He thought he had. I didn't think I had the best hand. First time I ever had this. I'm glad to have that.
Oh, yeah, sure.
First time I've ever had it.
All right, Team Ice.
Feel like you mailed it right down everything, or okay? There's like 5.
Top 2 for Thomas. Nothing there for Anthony. And this one probably just go bet fold, and it does.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe.
That's just alcohol.
Well, at least Richard didn't get. At least, well, it's not that Richard didn't get hurt. At least you didn't get healthy. Small pots, whatever. Yeah, keep
We'll
him
give
in
him
the game
that.
something, yeah.
You got your tip,
If
right?
he double threw you, I'd be very disappointed.
You didn't?
I'm sorry I'm not getting ace king every hand and flopping an ace.
Sorry. Speak up when you're first hand dealing, so we don't forget.
All right, guys. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you. I guess I just
T-Meister, T-Meister, T-Meister.
All the people at home are still not rooting for you.
Who would you root for? But the All-American boy.
Probably Shaun.
I am the All-American boy as a kid. Look at the competition. I'm the family man. My kid was just on set, you know.
I'm a family man too.
Yeah, but your kids aren't here. Like, they're just on a little card. They can barely see that. Yeah, I know you carry this around, but no one can see this. Go show the whole card cam, like, here you go.
Okay.
You know, that's what you gotta do.
Tried to be
over
quick
here.
about it. But,
It's a hungry hippos
okay, here you go.
Joe, the All-American family boy.
Well, I'm the boy.
He got his mom, his pa.
Definitely a boy, that's for sure.
You'll lose your manhood soon enough.
Someday. Maybe when I'm 60.
I just can't wait. I just want it to happen. It's gonna change you. Seriously. You'll start dressing better.
You guys are so cool.
Talking about yourself or me?
I'm talking about you.
Why?
You cross that line at some point in your life, though,
I'm
Matt.
just being serious. When you pop your cherry,
Yes. How do you know my cherry hasn't been popped?
because you would be dressing differently, you'd be, you know, getting swagged out.
I'm not gonna agree with that, but
Tommy.
Tommy,
Strip
there's
in front of
100. There you go.
sure.
This is dealer tip.
So he won't get dressed up for the final table.
Tommy, that's
He
you.
would get dressed
What?
up for a girl.
That chip rolled in from him, but you owe 50 to the dealer.
Oh, okay. This is a tip pot. I try to explain it to him. You don't care.
You don't understand.
Are you guys still talking about me?
Because this is a very important topic.
Did you check?
Yeah, I checked.
We're all
A lot
looking out
more
for you,
informed
Joe.
than you guys all think I am.
We're not trying to give you a hard time. We're trying to
You know much about
make
the
your life
anatomy.
better.
No, not that.
That's
my choice.
Code class.
That's my choice.
I don't know. Anybody else want to see the
Anybody
menu?
else need the menu? No?
425.
You didn't get anything, did you, Team
Yes.
Master? All right, we're
My hearing's
booked
awful.
for chicken.
Sorry.
I just want a pizza. I don't see it on here.
Frank Ocean wants to know if Canuli was a winner last night. I think actually Canuli was the big winner last night. 2 days in a row. He has
I just want pizza.
he has
Whatever
pretty much
I need.
paced the
I just
field.
wanna eat something.
I want to say between last night and tonight, he's probably up about $30,000. Hansen picks up a pair of queens on the turn. Torelli, though, with the ace of spades. Hansen has the jack of spades. Certainly an action card in the turn.
Oh, Matt goes first, of course. Okay, turn it off. Turn off your mic.
Hansen and Torelli have gotten into it a few times. Torelli kind of holding over
Hey,
Hansen.
hold on.
I don't think because of play, though. I got to be honest. I think it's more of just he's, you know, he flops a nut flush against Hansen's set. If anything, I actually think, and this is no disrespect to Torelli, I think Hansen's actually gotten the best of Torelli.
Tomatoes.
I drove him up here.
Torelli's just kind of out-flopped him.
I can help him out anytime.
I
We don't want
to make
we
it
won't-
look like a glance. So take one small. I've gotten a glance of Matt. I've gotten a glance of Matt Glance's life, and he will never ever have time for it.
Yeah, I'm busy, but I mean, I could take an
An
hour to
hour
take him
out of your
shopping.
day, yes,
Yeah.
you would.
One
Trevor,
day
you ordering
before the
food?
final table.
No, we're going to get chicken.
I mean,
You know I got to get chicken. Little collard greens.
chicken.
Little collard greens, little chicken.
Watermelon.
my wife can fix
What
him
color
up.
drink?
My wife can fix him up in one afternoon and get him all set up.
I'll fix them up.
Listen, your wife. Ashley's a little younger though, so Ashley might be better.
That's better.
She's got a baby to deal with, though.
She loves
He's a
shopping.
baby.
Torelli bets 900 here.
She might teach him some other
Joe,
things if he's
I'll
lucky.
just have my wife take you to like King of Prussia Mall for one afternoon. You know,
Hansen
she
puts
give
the
you your credit
test.
card and you go with her, and she'll just tell you what you got to try on, and she'll tell you this works, this doesn't, and you'll be set.
Once
No
you start
thanks.
dressing
Well,
nice,
you
don't
no,
need a second.
You don't even
And
need to
look
try
at
out
Jill.
stuff.
Jill approves.
yeah.
Jill's
Once
saying
you start
yes.
dressing nice, you'll
I don't need a second mom, thanks though.
Well, your first mom needs to do a better job.
Just so you know.
No, it's his dad fault, bro. You gotta blame the dad.
Now the mom buys the clothes.
Oh yeah, your mom's buying you t-shirts.
Just just so you know, good quality women are not interested in the sweatpants, sweatshirt, t-shirt look.
This is what good quality women want.
Yeah, like look,
Jill, right?
This is a great example.
Right? What a good quality woman wants.
Hanson makes the call.
Not for your guy.
Nice call there.
What do you think about the sneakers?
The sneakers need to go. Oh, you haven't seen these yet?
You haven't seen these?
You haven't. Adidas.
There's a look at Shaun Deeb wearing Ted's fish fry shirt.
Jill, stop being nice.
For the most part, Hanson actually hasn't really made a misstep today. Did fold kings against the double barrel with the jacks when Thomas made that, but
Yeah, I know.
I think he correctly read Thomas as like value betting and just didn't think that Thomas would value bet a hand worse than kings there.
Or are you just totally oblivious to every conversation?
It was in the pot.
It was 3 hands of discussion about food.
Salad, but
Thinking about it.
yeah.
He's too smart, man. You know those smart guys, how they really are.
There's been actually some pretty good play today.
What kind of degree you got from Syracuse?
Some nitty, some good.
Called TRF. Those in the community.
Not quite the action we saw yesterday with Blesnick and Dentali
Yeah, exactly.
I don't believe it.
and Samantha
No
Abernathy.
butter, no vegetables.
Yeah, exactly. Like no butter or anything on my order.
University of Buffalo.
That would be awesome.
Jimmy Bluffett asking if this is the lineup for the rest of the day or will there be changes after dinner break. We've got some alternates and we've also got some people in the tournament. So as players get knocked out of the tournament, we may get a few changes. Wouldn't surprise me at all if after dinner break we had some new players in there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just no oil or butter or anywhere, like no dressing or anything.
I know, we're trying to order food for 4 though.
Yeah. We got like it's a tavern, wings, mac and cheese,
Yeah.
meatloaf, chicken pot pie, that kind of stuff.
Tacos
And then
are good.
side order of
Super
soup
good.
vegetables.
Do they have like a Caesar salad or something?
Yeah.
I almost
How does it feel to get thrown around like that?
Can we do this?
By him. Like, that's embarrassing. He's just picking on you. He tried to pick on Matt, it didn't work.
Caesar salad?
He just
Yeah,
got
Caesar salad.
Hey, I didn't get
He
that
won
one.
the hand. He still got
Got
it.
that one.
I would have rather had
There
like
is a Caesar salad on the menu.
Yeah, here you.
If Joe doesn't win the main event, he'll always be known as
Yeah,
the
that'd be
kid
great. Chicken,
that
yeah.
ruined poker.
What?
If he doesn't win the main event, he'll always be known as just the kid that ruined poker.
Well, even if I do win the main event, why would that
No,
change?
if you win, you'll be known for winning the main event. Difference.
That could be both. Confirmed ruined poker, though.
You got him going now, look.
I'm about to crack him. He's on tilt because we picking on the close.
I
We
hope I
bet
pick up a
9-7
I
also.
know.
No, that was just because I thought you were very easy. I just wanted to beat Charbel on a pot.
It's all the deuce of clubs, I think, that you just must.
Get a raise here from
One
McKeon.
dealer has
Oh, okay, maybe you're right.
3 clubs new.
Thank you, Shaun. Appreciate it.
Ex-Moda says
How are you
McKeon
not
will
in
not
this
win the
pot?
main
What is
event.
going on?
Well, the odds are against him.
It was 350.
I mean, while he's got the chip lead, he's certainly not a favorite against the field. I don't know what the actual odds are. My guess is probably about 3-1, maybe 5-2, 2.5 to 1.
500.
My bet for the main event this November 9 is Max Steinberg.
I don't really take that careful notice.
You're money behind, right?
Yeah, 10 bucks.
McKeon's got a ton of equity here, obviously. He can catch an ace, a queen, a king, or a heart. McKeon's double barrel is going to work there. And in fact, he actually picked up even more. He could have caught a 9 there as well. A 9, a queen, a king, an ace, or a heart.
You got the ace of hearts?
Did not have a pair, but had 45% equity.
What?
I'm pretty sure you did.
I had a pair? I did.
Just a reminder, tomorrow we will be streaming the final table of the Empire State Hold'em Championship right here. Same place. Approximate starting time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So if tournaments are your thing, check that out. We'll be here tomorrow for that. Got about, I'm going to say 5 hours left in the stream today. They will take a couple of breaks at certain times. We'll see how that plays out. Once again, this is David Tuckman for Poker Night in America 2550 cash game. Hope you're enjoying the show.
Ace, queen, ace of hearts.
Oh, he had the ace. You had the ace of hearts?
Definitely less action than yesterday.
I might have had the ace of hearts, so.
And I'll say it. I think yesterday's show was probably a little bit more entertaining.
You probably had the 3 of hearts. Or you had the ace of diamonds, one of the two.
If I could somehow
You understood I
go
was
back in
joking,
time,
Shaun was the caller, and you didn't, like,
I would have done the show solo yesterday
I don't think so.
That's a good hand.
and had Alec Torelli in today.
You had a king and an 8. That's better than a random hand, and you're complaining.
When I read it.
do you understand that you ran good?
If you have any questions, good time to ask. Send me a tweet at Tuck on Sports, or you can ask in the Twitch chat room.
Trust me, I'm trying my best to keep you there.
The shuffling is the worst. Shuffle one extra time.
Yeah.
You're not listening to him, just deal.
Berate the dealers. You're great. You're an
I didn't say
honorable
he was
human.
bad. The shuffling is not the. It's never the deal.
Berate the dealers shuffling.
It's never the deal.
Whoa. What was that? We did a 360 there.
It's always the queen of clubs, guys.
That was pretty cool.
It's always the queen of clubs.
Matt, queen's dead. Get it in with king, queen again.
That was the same card.
Yeah.
That was the queen of clubs. The best part is you had the king of clubs too, so that was like a flush blocker. As well as, a pair blocker.
Right, 7 outs.
So wait, Joe's the straddle?
Yeah. This
Okay,
might be the
alright.
first time the entire day you've played on it. So.
Cool. I'm gonna
Yeah, you're
make sure
fooling
I have
us
to
all.
raise that.
You're gonna fool us all, buddy.
350.
All right, now I gotta root for Tervel. You made it personal.
No, you gotta win.
I'm just kidding. I'm rooting for
You double
myself.
through both these triple threes.
Christ.
I really want that
Cannuli
guy.
raising. Thomas calls. McKeon calls as well.
He's just seen that.
Careful. I seen it.
See this one 3 ways.
You see what I was
McKeon with the best of it now. Pair of 9s.
6 of spade, right?
I mean, I didn't see anything. I don't know if he's telling the truth or not.
Cannuli had raised on the button. Checks it back. And now Thomas is going to bet with 6s. My guess is McKeon calls and Cannuli gets out of the way.
This messed me up. This whole thing.
Now you could have rep spades as it says 60, so you could rep spades. I probably would have rep spades. Placed it. Just call it.
McKeon hits 2 pair, a better 2 pair, I should say. On the river, Thomas decides not to represent the flush. Fairly easy value spot for McKeon. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to get called, and he doesn't get called. Not much going Thomas's way.
I have it this time.
He's showing a spade.
Yeah. I have 2 clubs in my hand.
If he got a pair, he got me beat.
3 pair Tervel.
Got a pair, you got me beat. Yeah.
That one's.
Everybody playing with their own money.
Bobby, if it makes you feel any better, you weren't going to win that.
Saw one, right?
Buy-ins anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000. Richard Anthony is in there for $45,000.
Even if that picture card
I'm
was a
talking
king,
to
you
you.
weren't winning that ball.
Yeah, he just like.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to say
Nah, he was
that.
like this.
The November Niners having a great time.
Hey, by the way, he still couldn't win senior cup.
I know. I still lost. I'm new to that.
You weren't, even if you're paying like I was a king, you weren't going to win that pot. So. Seriously. I king 9. I'm going to win.
They glance in the game for about $20,000.
Sad.
I want to say he's probably stuck, maybe 7 at this point.
I know. I call with the queen of clubs.
He did win he did double up with King Queen.
I'm such a gambler.
It's really cute that you just keep having.
Get a raise from Hansen.
And I'm having crap.
Anthony 3 bets.
Hold up. Don't act. Shaun pulled over too.
That's literally a losing strategy.
I knew you weren't going to get double days.
You were right. Just in case.
Then you're on TV, so you're forcing more action
Yep.
to your player hand.
So true.
Hansen calls. He's out of position against Anthony.
Thank you for talking to him.
So heads up here. Pot's about 1,800.
And that's.
Both players get a little piece of it.
You don't touch on me.
Why?
I have. I don't know.
And it goes check, check. Oh, and the turn's a
No,
queen.
it's because this spot is. There's something wrong with this spot on my body.
Not much going Bart's
If you
way
did it on
now.
the other shoulder, I wouldn't care.
Maybe you should go to a doctor. You have
Yes.
money.
Through like 3 or 4 days of the main event, I couldn't move this arm at all.
I bet you the girl you're
What
texting
is
last
it?
night
What's
could
the
fix
matter?
for you.
I don't know.
You ain't
Shoulder? Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah,
you're
this area.
Hey, we got to work
I
on that.
couldn't. I legit like could barely move my arm. Like I'm gonna look like if you saw any of the pictures, my arm's like this the whole time because I just can't like lift it.
You and your parents' health insurance, aren't you?
Yeah.
And there's a raise. And a queen really actually makes sense. A lot of times when the pre-flop raiser, in this case 3-better, checks back the turn.
Do you have a sharp like shooting cane in your back? Go to the
And then
right here.
wakes up on the I'm sorry, checks back the flop and then wakes up on the turn. You kind of got to like figure it out. Okay, what makes sense?
I'll go high back to first. They might mess it up worse. Go to a real doctor. See if it's not something major where they're willing to do anything.
If you don't have anything
serious. If it's just a touch-up to make you like,
I don't know. Like the pain's already going away. It's just really.
Kind of surprised Hansen's called that.
If the pain's going away, then probably it's not.
Yeah, it's probably.
But the way he just reacted to being touched, like, it's very
Hansen checks.
There's something not right there.
Definitely. It's not 100%.
I really like Anthony kind of betting big.
Right off the bat, though.
Make it look like maybe he picked up clubs.
If you have like a problem, or if there's something like tweaked, you're gonna feel that at the end. Could it be tweaked?
Make it look a little bit more bluffy.
Yeah. No, I was planning to go to the doctor when I got home from Vegas. I just haven't done it yet. Because the pain went away. So
I know. It's weird.
It was
3,000.
Pain went away, and I was waking up every day, and it was feeling fine. Like I was using the arm. No
it
problem.
didn't make any sense.
Right at the end?
I mean, checking back a queen makes sense because you've got some showdown value. A lot of players would check back a queen,
Like if I move the arm,
or they might check back an absolute monster.
I could do this. Like I could move this happen.
I just feel like if Anthony did not have showdown value on the flop, he would have bet. We've seen him do that throughout today. Bart does finally figure it out. I just feel like if Anthony had a hand that just said no showdown value, isn't he checking that? Isn't he betting the flop?
You gotta switch seats.
I got him.
If he had kings, he's not going to suddenly raise the turn and then bet the river too. So it's, I just don't know how many bluffs he has in his range there that aren't betting the
You're
flop.
really pulling him in.
You're trying to.
That was a little. He wishes Ventali did that to him, not you.
I would punch him in the face.
He liked that tally much more than he liked me.
I'd punch him in the face and then run.
You would not punch him in the face. Have you ever thrown a punch in your life?
Punch him in the face.
Yeah, Alex Torelli obviously not joining us today on the commentary booth, but he's at the table, which is great. Very happy to see him playing. Torelli, by the way,
I didn't mind it. It was the first time. Every other time, it's like I'm sad.
plays some of the biggest cash games in the world.
And then I would run away.
Hazem says you could be bluffing medium pocket pairs there. I suppose. It's kind of a weird line to check back a medium pair on an 8. Like if you 3-bet with like 7s, which is weird, first of all. Most players aren't 3-betting with 7s.
Shaun.
And then he checks back on an ace-queen 9 board and then to raise?
Play heads up?
No. I'm a team player.
It's not a line you see every day.
I'm not a team player, bro.
A lot of things have to happen there for him to be 3-betting. For him to get to the river with a hand like 7s. That played that way.
It would be a slam dunk to just score on you.
If you play basketball, how you dress, it would be a slam dunk to score you also.
I got basketball shoes.
There's no way you can play basketball.
I bet I'm a smarter basketball player than you.
Who needs smarts when you got skills?
Everybody.
You do gotta be kind of smart. Chris Paul's smart.
I was
to be a coach, not to be a player. I think white guys from Duke have made it to the league. Didn't do shit.
I mean, in that particular hand, by the way, well, it turns out that he checked back the marginal hand, the queen, and then hit trips and raised that then. If I was in Bart's spot, again, it's very easy because we see the cards. I might even think he actually has a set there, or a full house.
I laid down a hand to you, by the way. That was not an I'm trying to
Ace 10?
No.
Mine was better than yours.
I mean, you could make the argument that maybe he picked up a club draw, so he's trying to rep it. But if he picked up a club draw, why isn't he betting the flop?
I know. Tommy's 70K deep.
I got my other
I'm sorry, if he didn't have any showdown value, why isn't he betting the flop? You know, if he had a hand like
key to poker, just don't fold the shot.
Has Shaun even tried to play a hand?
King Jack, King 10.
He 4-bet me from the big
By the way, King 10 got there as well on the turn.
I wanted to do it from the small one, so yeah, you
on the river. That is.
He does always have it.
My brain is.
Stack. He might not always have it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He's not gonna have. He could have light against this.
No straddle. No straddle.
Is it Joe's button again?
Yeah, no straddle though.
Still open a 350.
I think it's a good time to bet since it's Joe's button.
Sure. I'll probably fold. I'm more likely to fold than play.
Joe, he really trying to prep himself against you.
Hazem says, yeah, okay, I just thought he may turn a medium pocket pair into a bluff. Yeah, no, hey, listen, that's how, you know, it's funny, I get a lot of tweets about, like, I get asked a lot, to ask the pros that are alongside me when I do commentary, you know, how did you get so good? And more often than not, it's just talking poker.
He's gonna look at your outfit
You know,
and start laughing.
find like-minded individuals to discuss the game and talk about it. So, you know,
The talk got him going.
that's what I like. I thank you for throwing that out there.
You got punished?
I got punished. Yeah.
You're lucky it wasn't
Talking
a
to you,
straddle.
someone else interfered. Someone else smelled something while
I was just so
talking.
disappointed there was no straddle when I saw you for 200. I was like, wow, that sucks.
Yeah, you got half punished.
Well, I did
Half
make
punished.
good draw.
Yeah, because no straddle. I just want you to know you're 0 for 2 making a Joe's position comment now.
I know.
And
The
Joe's
third
1
one,
for
the
2,
third one,
so-
I need to have it now.
400.
Stack Jackin says Caniglia has been kind of low-key crushing this table. Yeah, he has. He's picked his spots. Isolated Anthony a couple of times, taking advantage of that. Picked up a couple other hands here and there, and he's quietly up like 13,000. This is after winning 18 or 17 last night. So he's up 30,000 in 2 days. King high flop. McKeon with the best of it now. Glance of the gut shot. Not much there for Anthony to like.
900.
Tim BMX says Tuckman doesn't welch in his beer bets unlike other people. Yeah, no. Hey, if I lose a bet, I am always going to pay. Bink. Glance hits it. Glance hits Broadway.
Thank you.
Going on dinner break in about 25 minutes or so, and it looks like they're going to give us an hour. Wow. I will tweet pictures of my beer then on break. You can follow me at Tuck on Sports. My apologies during NFL season because I do put some NFL tweets out there as well as I cover that as well. But yeah, Caniglia is I'm impressed with Caniglia's play. I really am. And McKeon, I think both November Niners showed us that they aren't flukes. Showed us exactly why they were able to maneuver their way through a field that was larger than 6,000 and get to the November 9. Obviously, anybody who makes the final table of the main event has to get lucky and has to run like God for a few days. But you got to play well as well, and these guys have both shown. Caniglia and McKeon have really impressed me the last couple of days. I think they both pay attention. I think they play their players. I think they use their position. Cristiano, by the way, up nearly $6,000, and what a score! I mean, he got into this for $300 on an 888 satellite. Great job by him.
You run bad, you run good. You get the best river in the deck.
Yeah, if you have any questions, by the way, you can always shoot me a tweet. I'm pretty active on Twitter. I haven't been as active during the summer as I was on vacation, but once I get back to LA, though, it'll be all poker and all sports for me. Kind of get excited to play some fantasy football. Got a few leagues that I play in. I play on DraftKings as well, one of our sponsors.
No, you got 20. He means 20K, I believe. 10K right there. You got another 10K, right?
Yeah, he's 10K behind.
What do you mean take 2 at the final table? 4. If it's you 4 exactly, you guys should literally like go to lunch together. And
Torelli in the straddle.
Go home, go lunch, like just the 4 guys just like chilling.
That would be pretty awesome.
Get a raise here from McKeon. Hansen in there as well. Yep, there you go. So Deeb 3 bets to 1,000. Hansen calls. McKeon's going to call as well. So 3 of the better players at this table locked up in this hand, and McKeon is going to flop trip kings. He's a good player, and he's running well.
Yeah, everyone know each other, yeah.
Sick.
That's so
I
bad.
don't understand that system. Like day 2 is gonna go so fast.
It's gonna go so quick, right?
Y'all got 3
They're
days
going
to
from
play?
9 to 4 the
We
first
shouldn't
day.
go to 5.
Second day they're going from 4 to heads up, and then third day's heads up, and then
Why would they go 3 days?
that's the new system.
Yeah,
What
why they
happens?
doing
What
3
happens
days?
if? What happens if?
That's so ridiculous.
If it goes all in 3-way
And it's
on
over.
day
Yeah,
2?
obviously.
Both players check the Hansen.
Let's say,
And Hansen
like,
with 2 pair.
It's very possible he has like 150 million heads up, and some guys 10 million, and they're just go to
Bets here. This is not a bluff.
like 2 hands. It's very likely.
Right, yeah.
It's just
Why are they
ridiculous. They
going
do
another
3
day?
days.
People coming
No,
down
it's,
there.
here's the thing, but 2 days isn't enough.
McKeon calls.
Because they want to have it.
Deeb
be
gets out of the
prime
way.
time East Coast.
Pot is
So it ran too
4,500. No
late.
pot's
Oh, they go
5,800 now.
Yes.
Turns the jack of
That's the issue.
diamonds.
So by doing it that way, they're going to get better ratings and. put on
Could
better
very
shows.
easily go check, check.
It's so likely he could have like 150 million, someone else have 10 million heads up, and then it's like one.
And it
hand
does.
goes to-
I think if you're McKeon, you've got to bet this. Hansen's hand just looks like a mid pair a ton.
He's over 50%.
Now, you may not get called,
It's 35.
but I don't think Hansen is going to bet the river very often.
45%. He thinks
I mean, when Hansen cold calls a 3-bet, he's going to have like 9s,
Below average
10s,
Joe's definitely better.
occasionally
than
jacks,
Sable.
but he's not checking back jacks.
Real polite.
I would say,
8s. In this case, he happens to have 7s, but it's like, are those hands betting the river when the spade comes off?
And also, has there been any just because you could 3-bet
Well, first off,
25
like,
big blind stacks
even
all
thinking
day.
like he's just direct.
Ask
if
Tommy
there was
about
a,
that.
He's like 35% just to get first, like just without ignoring skill.
He did abuse.
but also-
Were you at the
He's
table?
35% to win.
When there's 2 tables left with him?
35% of the chips.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, I get what
So,
you're saying.
so that means
I
he
had
only
one
needs to
of the
be
times,
15% to get
the
second.
Big blind had a
Like,
good
and
hand.
so that alone
Was he at
should
the
be
table
higher
with
than
you with
50%.
2 tables left?
No.
And like with his chip advantage,
don't
like
understand what
he
this-
says
this
so much.
guy's
It takes so many more hands from the bust up.
No, the final 10.
It's so much easier
for them,
to...
yeah.
You were definitely
And he
the
has so
second
many
most
like
active,
his
though.
expected value is
Yeah,
to gain
you-
chips with the whole final table.
Yeah.
Being the chip
You
leader.
can like bully 20 big
You have
blind
no
stacks
idea. At
so
one
easily.
point, I was in
They
14.
like can't open.
They can't
And,
open. They can't re-rate. Like
They can't, like,
Stern was
4-bet
taking
unless they
5
jam,
minutes.
yeah.
in
Yeah, I
every
know.
hand.
You didn't
It was
care, right?
insane.
And
Really
no,
happy
when
about
I
it.
was in 14th, I cared
allowed to make
because
deals.
there's 14 left. I was in 14th place out of 14.
They
I
don't,
was
they
like,
don't enforce it.
I was like-
so
They're not
they get
judging.
deals
I was like-
like
so
that.
big. They-
I mean,
you
you're
should
not
let
allowed
them
to
make
make
sure
no,
deals.
but I was like, I had 15 big blinds at the time. It was like, you know,
All right, Tommy, before you act, I just want you to know I
didn't
raised your
buckle?
straddle. I forgot to say, is it Tommy's straddle?
now you get 3-bet.
No, I'm still getting called. He was grabbing 250 when I said that.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, crazy to think it's that important. to have the chip.
But the thing is,
Think about per orbit. How many hand?
Top
what do you
pair
think
here
big
for
blind
Canuli.
100 is?
I think anytime the 2 November Niners get matched up, I think it's really interesting. Now, yesterday they were side by side.
Being flat means that the other players should be like.
McKeon having
But he's
position
still
on
gonna-
Canuli.
But even if they're kind of
And I thought
gambling,
that
he
was
gets
really
the edge, goes down
intriguing.
low, but he still has
But
a
anytime those two
edge
get
to
involved
gain
in a
chips.
hand,
Because he has the flexibility. Like
I
these
think
guys
it's
will
quite
gamble
interesting.
One decision, it's their whole tournament. He makes one in 20% of the stack. He still has the chip leverage.
Yeah, or no, all he makes is one 3-bet, which is like 7 big blinds.
Jack.
And for them, it's
Wait, they're all min rated. It's like
yeah,
4.5, 5
big
big.
blinds. Yeah.
Why didn't you check and let me get one?
I mean, people know if they jam on
never
him, he
give
can
me
call
any
light with
sneak
closer to
peeks
chippy
like that
V,
and
then
tell me
I think it doesn't matter as
500
much.
for your
And some
hand.
of those
Amy Connor asking the question, which is more important in a cash game, position or bet sizing?
Jack.
You know, it's too easy to 3-bet a 20 big blind stack.
Kind of a weird, it's hard to kind of separate the two and say which is more
maybe he wants
important.
that 3-betting range, though.
Josh made a really good fold against him with 2 tables left.
I don't know.
Top.
I think they're different.
He always has it.
It's like saying, you know, is it more important to eat spinach or more important to eat, you know, have protein?
At that point,
You need both.
at the end of the day.
That said,
I said
I generally, and the position's huge in poker, whether it be a cash game or a tournament. And I generally look for excuses to play hands in position, and I look for excuses to not play hands out of position.
No, that was like hand number like 70.
In a no-limit game or a pot-limit game, sizing is, you know, one of the weapons you have in your arsenal, as opposed to limit
But it was like
poker.
such a tough fold because of the spot. Because
And I think it makes a lot of sense to use that.
Like 3 times what he bet left, so I showed.
and hit a gutter. So.
He tanked a long
to your best advantage.
Because it's so likely you're just abusing.
But I think for the most part, many amateurs and inexperienced poker players get themselves in trouble because they play too many hands out of position. Thanks for the tweet, Amy.
Being a big stack in this tournament is so huge.
It was fun.
Such a big advantage.
It was insane.
And it's even like with his where he's like 3-4x people. Like it's like
If
being
other
double
people
is
know
different.
about ICM, you have a huge advantage. 'Cause
Even
we're,
if they
like,
don't know about
supposed to-
ICM.
No, I mean they're going to know by the.
In I'm iCal, good game, tweets in, says Canuli just 3-bet bluff Cristiano with 8-2 suited. Cristiano folded pre-flop, to your point earlier about punishing Cristiano. Yeah, and that's, you know what, we're looking at Canuli here. And that's one of the reasons why I'm really impressed by this guy. Yesterday, he was 3-bet isolating Samantha Abernathy. And I thought it was a great idea because Samantha was opening pretty light and then also calling 3-bets with really speculative hands.
We're at 200,000.
So Canuli was playing against Samantha in position and usually had the best hands. And then today, we see Canuli doing the same thing to Anthony in seat number 1, and now doing that to Cristiano as well.
He always says that his
Canuli has really impressed me. He's up $14,000 today, won about $18,000 yesterday.
He was folding quite a bit. He had one of the stacks where he was supposed to.
Depending on what the odds are,
But like the last
I may throw a couple of bucks on him to win the November 9 as well. I am going to go this year. Really excited. I'm friends with Max, and I want to cheer him on. But I may put a little bit of money on Canuli and Max. While I respect McKeon's game, I just don't think the price will be good enough to get to make it worth it.
Like he has to raise fold so many hands and keep the bubble going.
McKeon, by the way, up 14,000 today.
Yeah, you lose the value of that hand and just get so much fold back.
John says, if you're staying in Lake George and you're a beer guy, come over to Vermont. Best breweries in the country if IPA is your thing. Yeah, I go to Vermont every once in a while. I've got a good friend in Maine that sends me some beer up in that area.
There's actually
So-
like Sid goes there's some spots where that like
Southern California, which is where I live in the LA area. It's kind of been a haven for breweries as of late. I want to say somewhere in the neighborhood of like 150 breweries have opened up in the last 5 years between San Diego and LA. Some great beer. Having lived in the UK, I've been all over Europe and Germany and Belgium and stuff. I've had some amazing beers, and it used to be the case that European beers were so amazing, and that's where you go to drink them, and American beers just sucked. That's not the case anymore, though. Nowadays, you go to your local
that kid got mad. I called him Deeb.
your local bar. They might have 24 beers on tap and another another 25 or 30 in bottle.
But DJ said you're his boyfriend or something.
So
No, I think Travell said that you.
I think we're kind of in the golden times of beer right now.
DJ said
I'm loving it.
They're my boys. I'm gonna say it. They're actually my boys.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I told him you're going to replace your set of friends.
Matt Purcell wanting to know, he says, why such a weak bet from Hansen? He only bet $1,300 into a $3,100 pot, and I think he's referring to the King-King 3 board. It's a pretty dry board. I mean, it's one of those spots where Bart's pretty much way ahead, way behind. And you try to think, okay, well, by betting that amount, he keeps a lot of cards in his range. There's no real draw out there. So you got to start thinking, okay, what hands are going to call you? Bart's also in position. He's assuming his opponents are probably not going to float him with nothing from out of position. So when he bets, it's like, and he gets called, it's a made hand because there's no draw out there. So I think a small bet on that particular board texture was correct. I think on a different board texture, you might switch it up a little bit. Jack, Jack 5, 2 diamonds out there, nobody with anything. Ace high still the best hand and continues to be the best hand. And I think when you start thinking about sizing, your bets, whether they be on the flop, turn, or river, you've got to put a lot of things into your decision. And especially with bets on the flop and the turn, obviously your stack size, your opponent's stack size, who you're playing against, what your opponent thinks about you, so forth and so on, but also board texture.
Check.
What kind of hands can call you? What kind of hands are going to continue on?
Was it? Oh, yeah, that's Matt? 5, Matt.
Again? That's the third.
deciding whether, you know, are you value betting or are you bluffing? You know, and if you're value betting, you know, how much can I bet and still get called? If you're bluffing, how much do I have to bet to get my opponent to fold a better hand?
I was trying to get a king high to fold, but
I wish you was watching full crap.
queen 10 of clubs.
I had king queen.
Queen queen?
King
Four
queen.
Oh, you'd be buried.
You been watching?
When I said Chevelle would play my hand, I was actually telling the truth.
Me too. I was telling the truth.
That's true. Yeah,
Queen
yeah.
10 of clubs. It's the hand exactly that he would call.
Yeah, but then I showed it to Shaun, and Shaun said, "Oh, this must be a real piece of shit." Would you play that hand?
Push, please.
I mean, that's playing the hand.
Yeah, and a lot of guys talking about Cristiano saying he knows how to play. He's just kind of on lockdown. And I agree. I think from what I've seen, I think I like his game. I just think this is probably, and this is all conjecture, I have no idea. But my guess is that this is probably higher stakes than he normally plays. And at this point, he probably does not want to play a big hand without a big pot without a huge hand.
I've given away enough.
Canuli raising the 350.
Giving up, no.
I'm just not going to pay that much for.
I don't think anyone else is giving me money back.
He's only worth 2 to 1. No, the ICM, he's only worth 2 to 1 over you.
I don't believe that. Has to be honest.
I mean, that's just the math.
I have like 5 times.
My name ain't Earl says, Tuck, how much was the dinner bill last night? Yeah, so after dinner last night, I'm saying after the show last night, we went up to the steakhouse here at the Turning Stone Resort and Casino. Nice steakhouse, by the way, really good food. On a 9-9-5 flop, nobody's got anything. Canuli is the pre-flop raiser. Deeb with a gut shot. And so we went up there. My buddy Andrew Welch, Bart Hansen, David Baker, and Rhett Porter, and Chris Hansen, and Todd Anderson all went up there for dinner. And so we had some steaks, had some wine, and we played credit card roulette. And I guess it wasn't my night because I lost. Or I guess I quote-unquote won. So I got to pay the bill. Wasn't too bad, though, for a steak dinner. It was only about $750.
And if I get second, I get the 4.5. So
That was a very expensive steak I had.
I know Shaun thinks you are, but you're not.
I think Shaun surprisingly has a very small amount of respect for my game. So.
That's not the point.
No, that's why like he thinks I'm getting second.
No, he's just clueless. It's just not that easy.
I agree with you.
There's just a lot of randomness.
I'm aware.
Somebody might run as in
But yeah, there's a picture on Twitter that I favorited and retweeted, I think, that
The cool part is if they do that, they'll catch up.
had
with
me.
They won't be like ahead of me.
Paying the bill.
They ran like you did. They'll be.
I run so bad in credit card roulette.
Blinds are a bit bigger.
Well, yeah.
I think I played it like 8 times.
3x.
And my expected value would be like I should have lost like twice, and I've lost like 4 or 5 times already. I get picked like half the time. I should just stop playing it.
But Jacobson was like the best player on that table.
But it's
beforehand.
I mean, it's
I don't know,
relevant.
How much is that relevant when you start with 12 big blinds?
Yeah.
How relevant is that?
Everyone can start.
30.
No, he didn't start with that much. He was the shortest.
Yeah, I got a bunch of people saying only $750 for dinner, cheap. I mean, considering, like I said, it was like 6 guys at a steakhouse, and we had 2 bottles of wine. It wasn't bad. That included tip too.
At least 25 days.
I mean, I think the bill was like 615, and then I left like $130, whatever it was, $125.
As you can see, he's not that rich.
So it wasn't bad. I'll put it away. It could have been for normally if you were to say, 6 guys at a steakhouse.
He might move out of his parents' house.
And Rhett Porter and David Baker can eat too. Welch also. These are big men. I think Rhett Porter and Welch is probably the biggest one of them all. But Welch, Porter, Baker,
There's a lot of difference between gaining 9th and
some big boys. They can eat.
Yeah, like life quality.
Oh,
come on.
It's just trivial decision.
Supreme Terrific says, Tuck, you can take me out anytime. Dude, how about you take me out?
People will buy because it's so high.
I figure all my credit card roulette karma, I'm saving it up for one of those big ones where it's like, $3,000 bill.
That's when I sweated an ace and then I
Although I'll probably be so scared that I'll get picked, I'll probably just buy out.
I mean, like,
not that they don't believe you, but that's just such a sick variance to play.
Well, that's why they take a distance.
Yeah, Jimmy Blufford saying if you play credit card roulette with Tuck, you're plus EV every time without a doubt. Yeah, no, for sure. Like I said, I went to Picasso at Bellagio with my my wife. We were just dating at the time. My buddy Bart and another girl, 4 of us. The bill was like $1,400. We played credit card roulette. I lost that.
No, not him.
And the fact he doesn't want
We went to a Thai restaurant in Vegas during the World Series of Poker with a few buddies. I lost that one. I lost last night.
Especially because like first place has so much extra value. That
exactly.
I run good in life, so I'm okay with
so if you end
that.
up getting first,
Let's see how Cristiano plays the ace king. I am curious to see how aggressive he will play this. Remember early on where he 3-bet with ace king? He raises here to 225 in a straddle pot, so it's a small raise.
I'd rather not care about the money at all.
Nicer to get sponsorship.
That's for sure like the way to play.
Yeah.
Especially if everyone knows that too. Like, fuck. 7-hand, they know you're literally playing for first.
You're like,
McKeon's going to call this. He's going to use his position.
If I did something like that,
I think Deeb is going to 3-bet this. Oh, I was actually going to say I think this is a really great spot to 3-bet. You get an opener who doesn't want to play a big pot.
Rep told me about the bubble.
And then you get a little bit. Then you get Thomas who calls, who's real tight in the middle. McKeon's going to be calling super light. And then the interesting thing is that I think if Hansen can recognize that Deeb is making this play, he can actually 4-bet this. Be a huge play. You're going to get, I mean, you get all sorts of folds because Hansen's kind of built up this equity. This is a great spot. An absolutely phenomenal spot to 4-bet. In fact, I thought McKeon might even. Yeah, that's a great spot to 4-bet. I love it. What a play by Hansen. I actually thought that McKeon might 3-bet the button, but his hand is so playable, and he wants to play that hand in position. If his hand was worse, like if he had like King 4 or Ace 6, McKeon probably would have 3-bet the button. But I think Deeb is 3-betting that a ton, and I think Hansen recognizes that, and he is going to 4-bet this. And that's going to put a ton of pressure on Cristiano. I think he's going to fold. And frankly, I think the entire table might lay this down. We'll see how it plays out. I think Hansen has kind of built up this image. And it's going to be a great pickup. He's risking 2,900 to win about 2,000.
Yeah, I'm saying even if you have it, ace queen. Or wait, was there an ace out there, or was it not? No, right,
Cristiano knows exactly how much he's up.
One guy too when he had
the Jack 5.
Yep, he's going to let it go. Not surprising at all.
I'll give you one.
I will definitely guarantee that.
Just a great spot to 3-bet if you're Deeb, and I think if you recognize that it's a great spot to 3-bet if you're Deeb, then if you recognize that, you can 4-bet because Deeb happens to be at the top of his range, but he doesn't have to be here. He could have done this with Ace 5. He could have done this with King 3.
Oh, I probably would put my money with you. Look at my stats.
Now the question really is, does Deeb think that Hansen recognizes that? He does.
Not a pair, but ace.
Deeb just moved all in.
Oh my God.
That's good poker. I got to tell you, I like the Hansen play.
Shaun knows how to play poker.
I like the Hansen play. Deeb just one-upped him. I love the 3-bet from Deeb. I love the 4-bet from Hansen. And it's just, good poker being played by, some really good players.
One thing to say about you shouldn't say that, like, because like that removes good cards from me. Like that's why, like, it makes my shove easier with that information. I was shoving anyway, I think, but like, you saying that it removes like queens, jack, one of the calling hands that he might 4-bet call.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, you should say so.
He was just like
most likely removes ace king.
What did he say?
Ace king, ace queen, some good cards. I was hoping it wasn't ace king, and then
I had middle suited card.
Ace queen. He's like,
If I was staying for the second 4 hours, I probably would just.
Yeah, that's
I don't want to just like in 4 minutes.
Sometimes a play doesn't work in poker,
we should
and it's still a really good play.
I mean, if like people want to seat change, I think we should just.
I think the action's been good. I don't understand why.
I caution you to judge a play's merit based on its
I'm just
results.
saying if 3 new people are coming. And
I think too often we do that in poker, and I think once you can separate yourself from the results, and you can judge your play based on the actual play and not the result, I think you can really improve your game. Trip kings here for Anthony.
It's happened before.
Thomas with a bad ace.
And the 2C and the 5C.
And in that particular spot, I wholeheartedly think that was I thought that was a
Well, actually, we should keep
fantastic
them
play
close to Joe because they like to touch each other.
No.
by Deeb. I thought it was a really great play by Hansen.
Yeah, I really don't want him like driving my cards and flipping over. That would turn
Yeah,
him
that
off.
happened. You saw that. Yeah, you saw
did
that.
that
It
a
happened
few
a couple. That happened
I think
3 or
that's
4
really
times.
like
Yeah.
not.
And my guess is that 4-bet from Hansen works against most players.
That was messed up.
I think that's just
The
like
small pots I didn't care about. That one was like, come on.
I just saw you
It's like he
the
raised
last one.
pre-flop and he folds.
You thought I
the
was
big
really
blind and he
squeezing
looks
wide.
like-
Yeah,
Two twenty
whatever.
five.
That's
I mean, still, you shouldn't do it.
I bet on a scare card, but I had it.
Maybe we should've
He,
called him.
like, and I saw the hand
He
afterwards.
did it like 3 times.
I guess, yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
he did
today,
that to
yeah.
me, yeah. He did it to Jared once?
Jared once, yeah.
It's a bad call.
Unbearable.
I mean, I did it to him in like super small pots after.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, for sure.
And for the most part, I was never in the pot that I did it in.
Yeah, it's
I don't
way
think
different
I
when
did.
it's against the person in there.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
when it's messed up.
All right, guys, time for a break.
Dravenstone says, what if Cristiano shows? Then he wins.
Let's go.
Okay, yeah, he owes me 13.
I mean, obviously,